Well, look who's here. Nobody. I mean, literally nobody. Not even you. You're not here. In fact, if you're here seeing this, you're watching a replay. You're not here. Who knows? Maybe I'm not fucking here. Well, at least we know I did show up. That's something. Ah, fuck, I know I'm late. Hey, look who it is. Manny Hartness says hello. Rob's to Dramas. Hood morning. That's how I feel. That's how I fucking feel. Like I can't even say it right. Eric says, hey. G-Bay says, what's up? Nail Lever says, hey. That was exciting. Bonehead says, good morning. Barry Fletcher, I'm here. Bonapartimus. Good day from Australia. Juan the Imperial says hello. Tugboat's back in. Good morning, General. Tugboat, fall in line. The ranks are starting to fill up, my friend. Irwin says, morning, brother. And the screen fucking jumped on me. Hang on. Hold on a second. David Chapman says, good morning, Lee Doug. Fernando Herrera, what's up? Chakotay. I know. That's a Star Trek thing, isn't it? I think. Fried says, General, sir. What the fuck, Fried? I did everything I could to get up at it's 2:45 in the morning here. I get up at 2:45 in the morning so I could avoid all the regular jabronis that I have to deal with. And here you are. Chief extra if there ever was one. We did Fernando Fried. T-Rex, hey from Australia. Southern Voice says, hi, what's up, man? Vanya, yes, it is a late night or an early morning, one of the two. Is the sun going up or is it coming down? Somebody let me know. Pelly Joe says, hey, from the UK. That guy says hello. Jonathan Knapp, one of the funniest guys on the internet. You are? Because I'll watch your show, man. I will. I need a little humor. I swear to Christ. Mortimer Duke, I will not be trading places with you. Morning Hoss. God damn early. 2:45 in the morning. What the fuck am I doing up here? Adrian A says, Gen X, you're a fucking legend. Well, I wish I was drinking something a little stronger than this. I'd be drinking it right to you, Adrian. Thanks for saying so. Legend in my own mind, way back in the corners of my own mind. That's for goddamn sure. Aaron Romero, good day from Australia. Morning, you weapon. There's no name. It's just a shush face. It says morning, you weapon. You know, of all the things I've been called, I don't think anybody's ever called me a weapon before. Not sure how I feel about that, but it could be okay. David Couch says, hi, General. St. Jimmy, top of the morning from Canada. Love your options. St. Jimmy says he loves my options. Well, I came with a few options when I was born, but I think they're all worn out and I'm way past warranty. David Couchy says, hi, General. Emma, hey, from Scotland. Hey, what time is it over in Scotland right now? The whole reason of going on, the whole reason of getting up at 2:45 in the morning, Gen X Mom's idea was to get up at 2 in the morning. Gen X Mom's idea was for me to get up at 2 in the morning so that we could reach some new people. We get some emails that they always miss the live streams. We get emails that people have missed their slot because of the time difference. So 2:45 in the morning, I figured to reach some new people. And how I just wondered what time was in Scotland. Valiant Thor, hello, big fella again. Hey, Thor. Karen, hey, Buttercup morning. Oh, good God. Shaggy Rifleman says, good morning. He's waking up with a fucking migraine. Yeah, I didn't have that happen. And look who it is. Paradise Arms. Thank you for the lives. They're taking my mind off some real serious things, both personally and globally. Seriously, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hey, Paradise, you and I have been chewing some of the same dirt through here for quite a bit now. And if any part of this is distracting for you, I promise you guys have been just as much of a distraction for me from the shit I've been going through. I promise. So you're welcome for the part that I've played, but thank you for the part that you guys have played. It's meant a lot. It really has. Don't. Paradise is 5:44 here a.m. Not tired at all. Well, were you up all night, Paradise, or is this just when you're getting up? Nightbot, good day, General. Hope you're well. I'm getting there, man. I'm trying to wake up and get moving. Bonehead is in Louisiana. Emma says 10:46. What time is over there? Frank Cardinal, get a good morning from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Every time dudes write that, I think of that. I think of that movie with that dude. what's that one with Adam Sandler? The Adam Sandler flick where they got all the old friends, they're all in their 40s now, and all the women are at the pool, and the dude gets out of the pool and walks over, and he's all ripped and yoked out and tanned, and he opens up, he's got this annoying fucking voice, he goes, "I'm from Saskatchewan," or whatever, man. That's fucking funny. That is hilarious. That's what I think of. Adrian, what generation comes after Generation X? Millennial. Federalis, he's been around a long time. Wow, I am headed to work and it's 5:45. You back east. Amish, just popping in before I leave for work. Hey, we got a bunch of people just heading out the door. I don't know if that's good or bad. Thanks for saying hey. Richie, good morning from Wales, UK. It's 10:45 here. All right, so right in the middle of your Monday. Pretty sure you're all going to get in trouble for paying attention to what I'm doing. You guys should be working or something, right? Yeah. Grown-ups, there it is. Adrian, the screen jumped. I'm missing a few good mornings and salutations. Jeff Greer, hey, General, finally getting notifications. I had to contact YouTube. Hey, Jeff, tell me what you had to do, because that is still a big issue. There's a ton of people that do not get the notifications. And I don't know how to answer it. We've done a bunch of stuff on our end, but Jeff, if what did they say is basically what I need to know. So Rampla, greeting from Amsterdam. Fried, good morning. Extras, much love. Fried, I think everyone's trying to figure out what extras are. There's not many that I'm here. America dropped in $5 to say hi. You can always count on America to be there. If you did the play on words there, you can always count on America. And then the dude's name is America. You see how I put it? Hey, man, that's 3:00 in the morning humor, whether you like it or not. Maybe if you were all drinking, you'd understand it better. Okay. Grown-ups too. Yep, that's the one. I couldn't think of that, but that's the guy. That's the guy. Fred from Pennsylvania, grown-ups too, and the guy's name is Rob Schneider. No, the guy's name is not Rob Schneider. That is not Rob Schneider's character. That's not the guy who says it. The guy who says that line is not Rob Schneider. No way. Come on, man. I'm not that tired. America had to say hi. Yes, you did. That's important there. Paradise Arms, we did that one. Scrolling. Jesse. Why are generating? You missed me on that one, Jesse. I had to leave that one alone. No moderator today because I didn't contact Allie. She's probably just getting up in a little bit to go to work, and Gen X Mom can't moderate because she's fast asleep. So guess what you get? You get the big guy working both sides of the switchboard today, which is good. Ben says, morning from Australia, even though it's 10 p.m. here. There's a guy who calculates time zones and does the best thing for everybody. All right, so we've kind of Ireland, Nottingham, Nicola from Robin Hood World. Okay, gotcha. I thought Nottingham was with a K. I'm from Nicola. Brindley says I'm in Nottingham, Robin Hood World. We always get that stuff over here. You get into those arguments, and people always say, "Well, I don't know what you're mad about. Even Robin Hood robbed from the rich and gave to the poor. So we're just going to take Wall Street's money and give it to Main Street America. We're just Robin Hood. We're just modern day Robin Hoods." And then I thought about it one time. Robin Hood didn't rob from the rich and give to the poor? Didn't he steal from the government? Didn't he steal from nobles that were part of the government? They weren't just rich people. They were Normans, right? Weren't they part of the what we would call the mayors and the district kings or nobles or something? Didn't Robin Hood really steal from the government and give to the poor people? That's the way I remember it. That's the way I choose to remember it, and that's all that matters. Okay. Molly Cock, have you seen the movie Mask in 1985? Yeah, that was the one with Cher and Eric Stoltz, I think, if I remember right, Molly. So yes, I think I have seen that. Don't. Jeff Greer, YouTube told me it's an algorithm, and the more you comment, the more people like, and the more people share, the more your video will get to more people that subscribed with push notification. Yeah, but we're not talking about a video. You're talking about a live stream. Now, after the live stream's over, if they publish it, Jeff, I'd agree with you on that. But how you can't it's not an algorithm. The more people that like, that means the live stream's already going, and people are trying to like it. Which we got 37 likes. I am sucking ass today. 37 people liked today. All right, so I've missed some. Andrea, it's a beautiful morning in Virginia. Well, Andrea, thanks for stopping by. Um, what do you guys want to talk about? I have no agenda this morning. I've got nothing other than I'm here at your beck and call. If you guys have a story, you guys have a question, you guys have something, now is your chance. There's no structure, there's no organization. This is literally fly by the seat of my pants. Assuming I'm wearing pants. You don't know. I could not be, but I am, so don't worry. Okay, so don't. Brindley says I'm usually in sunny Spain. I'm visiting my granddaughter. All right, very good, very good. I hope she's not upset that you're spending time on your computer with us. I'm impressed. Oh, Donald says I hope the Ukrainians had a good morning. Yeah, it's there's a ton of that stuff going on where everyone's talking about Ukraine. First of all, you guys realize is that Russia has the second most powerful army in the world. I didn't say they had the most people. China's got a ton more active. They have the second most powerful army. They've waged war before. They know what they're fucking doing. I saw on the news the other day everybody's fucking talking about, oh, they're running out of gas. They're running out of gas. Fuck bullshit. No fucking way. I know they're still saying it, but I bet that ends up to be debunked and untrue and bullshit. I'll bet you that something will happen and they'll, oh yeah, they weren't really running out of gas. Okay, if they had one couple vehicles that ran out of gas for some reason, maybe their gas tanks got shot. Okay, there's just no fucking way that logistically an army as organized and powerful as Russia doesn't realize they may not have enough diesel to get the job done, and it's going to be a strain on the supply lines. Come on, they had that shit figured out even in World War II, and that was really tough to do logistically. That was tough. I don't buy that for a second. Now, I know I'm not over there and I'm not as smart as a reporter, but I am going to tell you that I've been on this planet for half a century. And I'm going to tell you that Generation X has some common sense. And when someone walks up with a camera and screams and says they're running out of gas, they didn't plan this very well, I'm going to say, go fuck yourself. There's no way. No, come on. I don't buy that for a second. I also know that Russia could have already won this thing. They're only using about 12% of their armed forces. They could have won this already. I believe they're just trying to have a country to rule over when they're done. What will be the point of coming in and smashing everything? There won't be anything left. No one's going to live there. There's no economy. There's no nothing. What is the point of going in and crushing every building? You can be the king over rubble, piles of rubble. I don't think so. I don't think they should be there, but you got to do something about it before let's just think about it logically. What do you want to keep them from invading Ukraine, or do you want to try to uproot and get rid of them after they have occupied Ukraine? Which one's easier? If you're not going to do either one, then shut the fuck up and let them go. All right. But if you're going to stomp your feet and make a big scene about it, and you're going to do something about it, then why don't you fucking do something about it before it becomes really hard? And I look at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and I think for a dude who's been around presidents in the office, who's been thinking about being president for 47 years in Congress and the Senate, I think that guy should have spent a little more time preparing for the job. In my opinion, what the fuck do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Don't listen to me, not even a little bit. So yeah, and touched on that. Oh, look who's up. Allie is up. Hey, Fried and Shaggy, happy Monday. Hello, Allie. The boss is here. I'm awake. I'm moving. Little props to me. Something for me. You just start in saying hello to everybody else. Not even one good morning. You know what? It's my fault, Allie. You probably sent something to my phone. Let me look real quick. I probably just didn't. I probably just didn't check. I'm sure you woke up this morning, got your stuff going, and you probably said good morning to me here, and now you saying good morning in there to everybody. I'm sure. Yeah, no, not a word. Nothing from you in here at all. So, yeah, thanks for that. But if you're going to start running your mouth this morning, Allie, let's get the boss a cup of coffee and say hello before you start dealing with the masses. Also, Westy says, good morning, good day from Australia. Also, just so you know, Ali, who just recently became our favorite moderator in the last few months, she also has an email up on the kid's website. We just redid that corner of the website, the kid did, and it's got my personal email, the kid's, Gen X mom, Ali's is up there, plus the kid's manager, DJ from Oklahoma. If you need to talk to any of us directly, if you want to get to me, I get a lot of emails about, I get a lot of emails about everything, but I get a lot of emails that are personal, that people ask questions, need some help on something, or they're asking for how I feel about something like that. I email you back. I've even called people back. I've called them on the phone. Got nothing going on. You want to talk about something, man? I'm there. Let's talk. Especially if you're kind of at a point of crossroads and confusion, because I've been there. But there's a ton of stuff that Ali could handle. There's a ton of emails Ali could take care of directly, like show content, like, hey, can you get Gen X Dad to talk about this or something like that? I have to blow through a lot of those emails just because there's so many there. When I wake up in the morning, I got time to help the ones that I think are a little more critical, a little more important, a little more meaningful than just, hey, why don't you talk about Ford or Chevy? Which one's your favorite one? Uh, Come on, man. I sometimes don't even have time to respond as I want to. It's just it becomes tough. So Ali's on there. If you got to complain about something in the chat, you got to complain about someone going on in here, you got to complain about Ali. Email her, and she can tell you to fuck off directly. Okay, where was I? Ali with a good morning, Michael. Still nothing for the boss, like that. Joseph Martinez, are we going to get nuked? Joseph, the only way that Putin starts nuking people, okay, the only way is that the dude is out of his fucking mind. If he's got a mental condition, if he's dying of cancer and just wants to fuck with the world on his way out the door, if he's absolutely legally insane, then that's a wild card and you never know. But no, other than that, if there's not something totally fucking wrong with him, and if there was, there's also people in Russia, there's old KGB that take that motherfucker out. And you got to remember, he's not just the head of Russia. He's been the president of Russia, and then he had to take his 4-year hiatus because of the rules of government there, and then he came back and ran again. He ran the whole fucking government the whole time. Don't think for a second he didn't. He did, and everybody knows that. It's not like I'm telling you guys something brand new. This is something that everybody already knows. Believe me, people smarter than me pass it down to me. This isn't my theory. Okay, so there's that. He's also worth $10 billion personally. You guys ever wonder why in the news they say, well, we should be going after Putin personally. We should be putting sanctions on his money. Why would that matter if the dude only had, 50 grand in the bank? It wouldn't matter. But the dude has a ton of money. Over the last, 20 years or so, that guy has accumulated and siphoned off of the country a ton of money personally. He's I don't think his corporate structure in mind is to go out with a big bang unless he's mental. But if he's stable, which I think if he was fucked up, I think people around him would have taken him out by now. This isn't Hitler in the 30s, that's a tough job. There's people that can fucking do that, especially in Russia. I think the dude's just rebuilding the Russian Empire the way it was. I think he wants to go back to when it was called the Russian Empire. I think he'd like to have all that shit back. It's just a little tough to do with NATO standing in the way. Plus, I know NATO's not doing anything, but you guys hear about the security meeting last week, and the people that showed up for NATO with that alliance meeting, I forget where they did it. I just heard, but you listen to the interviews of the people that were there. They're pretty fucking on board with making sure this doesn't fly. I have not heard such a unified response. Oh, you hear the rhetoric on TV in Germany. It's like, well, we don't approve of this, but don't stop our natural gas line. We need gas. I got that, but everybody behind the scenes is going, no fucking way is this going to fly. So I think that's why one of the reasons he had to tune up his shit with the nuclear stuff is because he realizes there's not a broken European Union and European NATO as he was hoping. Like, there wasn't half of them saying, "Oh, fuck it, let him do his thing. Who gives a shit? Hey, you take Ukraine back. Go ahead." No, I don't think it turned out like that. It's not looking like it. So, yeah, who we got here? Doobie McNasty. her, her name on the screen is Doobie McNasty, and she writes, "Fuck NATO." Yeah, I'm not. I wish I could speak more clearly, Doobie, and I wish I could speak deeper on NATO. I just go by what I see on TV. I don't even have a source to call on that. I got some friends um, my age in their 50s who made their way up the ranks to some pretty cool places. But that NATO's not one of them. I don't know anybody there. Doobie McNasty. Fuck NATO. Yeah, far out. I believe you. Fuck NATO. If they're a bunch of assholes, that's it. So Joseph, no, I don't think unless there's a mental screw loose with him beyond what we see, I don't think we're going to get nuked at all. Andrea, it's such a joke. This was all well planned out in advance. Yeah, I believe most of it was. Tugboat. I unsubscribed and subscribed again when I wasn't getting my notifications. Tugboat, I'm assuming you're telling us all that that worked. If it did, that's good. Anthony Tompros, Russia wants clean water. Ukraine built a dam. I haven't heard that one before. It could be true. Eric says, and NATO. All right. I don't you guys, why do you guys not like NATO? And I'm asking, I'm not being an idiot here. I mean, I'm not being more of an idiot than I already am. But doesn't NATO have like the peacekeepers with the blue helmets? Doesn't NATO have some functioning purpose? They can do some stuff. I'm asking, is Boston the best city in the US? Sam, is Boston the best city in the US? No. No, it's not. You guys don't even have a great baseball team there. Don't. How can it be the best? No, no, no. Boom, boom. Pepper truck, and that was a strategic plan. We were trained to deplete the resources along the way. The main target, they won't run out of fuel. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's all part of the prepper. I think it's all. I'm with you. All part of the plan. Shaggy Rifleman. Russia has specific targets they're after, not Ukraine as a whole. That's true, but he's going to own the whole thing. Putin can control and own as much of Ukraine as he wishes. It's just how fast does he want to move? How much does he want to destroy during the process? Absolutely could. Jason, hi, I'm Ukrainian Canadian. I love your point of view. Proud 47-year-old Gen X. Thank you, my man. Simon says true words. Valiant, hey, big fella, do you have a thing on Spotify with your favorite music? As it turns out, Valiant, Gen X mom, she's a little behind in her duties. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to ask her where she's at. But she did go on. If you went to Spotify and you went to Gen X Talks, there's two sides on Spotify. One is all of the kids' podcasts. There's like 22 or 23 podcasts where either the kid and I do them, sometimes mom's in them, sometimes we got special guests in them, and then in all the podcasts are there. Or on the other side of Spotify, there was playlists, and Gen X Mom actually took all the songs that were in each of the kids' videos, whatever I was listening to when he did his fucking stupid ambush video, and she started putting them on a list in order. And I think there were several playlists before. I think she put them all together on one now, and it's just called the Gen X Talks Ultimate Playlist. And all it is the shit that I'm listening to when he does those videos. But it is there. I'm not sure how up to date it is. I want to say she's probably 10 songs behind, if I had to guess. But yeah, that's the shit I listen to on there. That's one of them. And then I think the other main one that I listen to, which is Scavenger's Playlist with a K. I think she's combining those. So that may happen in the next few days, just so you know. But yeah, it's up. The podcast, all the podcasts, and the stuff I listen to is up on Spotify. All right, there you go. And the screen jumped. Allie, Mrs. Mad Sexy, and I are always on the same page. Tell her I said hi. Wow, just gonna have your own little conversation over here, aren't you, Allie? Just your own little show going on behind the scenes. Dropship Captain, I think he wanted to go after the biolabs and secret documents that are career damaging. Ah, maybe he doesn't like corruption. Also, a pimp from Epstein Empire killed himself recently in France. I did not know that. There's some stuff I did not know. Jonathan Gidotis from Florida, bounty hunter, because the USA, the only ones really paying for NATO. Ah, okay, I see. I didn't. Yeah, it's some new information there. Did not know that. Michael Jones showed up. Says, "Hey, hey, Rampla, what, what the hell do you do with 10 billion when you're 70? How are you gonna spend it when you're dead in a year?" I don't know. I'm not the one. I don't know. Go to Vegas and spend it on hookers and cocaine, all 10 billion. I don't know. I am not in the position of knowing what to do with $10 billion. When that becomes my biggest problem in life is how do I spend $10 billion? I'll get back to you. Yes. Doobie McNasty, big old orange screen. I'm a dude. Well, I can't tell. It looks like a chick on the picture. Can't blame you. The hair is all in front of my goatee. I can't even see the goatee, man. You look like a blonde haired chick in there and an attractive one, too. I'm sorry. NATO is a good idea, but should have ended after the Cold War. Since then, all the other countries take advantage of the U.S., pay your share, and the EU. I got you. Doobie McNasty is a dude, not a chick. Okay. I'm no longer in love with Doobie McNasty or Doobie McNasty's little picture there. I'm sorry. I have to go. My door swings the other way. So, Doobie, we're cool. You're a dude. I'm a guy. We're cool on that. But thank you for not blaming me because the picture's a bit misleading, my man. It really is. But we're on the same page now. Plus, it's really early. I have to squint when I look at these things. So, we're good. What I miss? Trevor Brewster. Russia already took the Crimea. Yeah, which is the fertile land and shipping hub. Ukraine shut off the water, making the land less useful. Ah, and Putin wants to get it back. I haven't heard that. Is that something just the news media missed? I did not hear that about the water, but that's twice now. So now I got to think that has something to do with it. Is he just shut off the water to Crimea? I get it. Ah, okay, I know. Don't eat or drink on a live stream, but fuck it. I'm thirsty. There's another one. Scott Harley. Remember, location, water and strategic location. That's why Putin. I'm starting to think you guys are right. You guys know what's going on over there. You guys are there. Jeff Greer. NATO is corrupt. I'm retired military, and I was on one of their peacekeeping forces. Well, then you'd know better than I would. Gary, and then it jumped on me. Frank Stewart. Out of all the shit we're talking about, Frank Stewart comes in. He goes, "Hookers and cocaine in Vegas." I probably shouldn't have said that. I don't know, but fuck it. What are you gonna do? All right, so we're still gonna talk about Russia. We got something else. EVE, you're waking up at 3 a.m. Your sleeping schedule is almost as bad as mine. Yeah, you want to talk, Evie. What are you doing up? Now I was up to try to reach people, new audience, new people that are like subscribing or they're fans or they email, but they always miss the show because of these big time differences. So I tried to wake my ass up at 3 in the morning to try to get a whole new group of jabronis over here in the comment section, and I end up with half the repeat offenders that are always here. You guys, I swear to Christ. All right. Nicholas says, hit the like button, folks. Yeah, thank you for that because I always forget to whore myself out with that. Boom, boom, boom. Derek says, "Man, these old guys love love paying your heat. Man, these old guys love paying your heating bill." Derek, um, you lost me on that one, Derek. Ryan, good morning. Scott Honey was in the Marines and NATO Bloods. Boy, you guys have no love for NATO at all. When you look at NATO and all the movies with the pretty blue helmets and NATO gets to send in peacekeeping forces and stuff, and I think the movies have misrepresented NATO to me. I think Hollywood has begun to lie to me about NATO. I wonder if there's anything else Hollywood has lied to me about. Hmm, not happy now. I'm a little upset. All right. Um, James Johnson, modern day Red Foreman, whose ass we put in the footing today, good sir. Nobody yet. Well, maybe Allie, maybe beautiful Allie from Boston, because she's our moderator and she's not doing a good job. No, 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 no. Where was that? I just lost one. Somebody. Oh, I got to scroll back. Hold on. Hit the like button. 6 a.m. Guys love his parents. Are you a friend of Chris Stapleton? I don't know who that is, Sam. Means data blows. Uh, Get says, good morning, Fried. When did the news outlets change from being sure to report accurate news to being first to break news? If I'm not correct, if even if not correct, if I don't know. I mean, there's just some things. I mean, you can go on the internet and you can find anything you want on the internet if you look hard enough. Any side that you want to be part of an argument, you can find supporting documentation. I bet if I looked hard enough, I could find something right now that says this isn't even a war, that Putin is just conducting a big, long parade right through Ukraine. And why is everybody so upset? If I really wanted to find it, I probably could. Lisa Ann, good morning from Florida. She got a cup of coffee going. John Bates, welcome to the third shift. Robert says, I'm new. LOL. Robert Sayange. I don't want to say that wrong, but he says, I'm new. That's a man who just dipping his toe in the water. That's a man who quietly at the back of the party, standing by the artificial plant, holding a Coca-Cola and just raises his hand like this. And just, I'm new. Well, Robert, welcome to the train wreck. You're gonna wish you weren't watching it, but there's just some things that are gonna happen. You can't look away. I'm sorry, it's how it's gonna go. Andre, the wife going to watch the live stream and chew you out about how you want to spend money. The wife is Andre Barker says the wife gonna watch. Oh, and she was, oh no. Andre, you're talking about the $10 billion going to Vegas for hookers and cocaine. No. See, if I was at the end of my life and I had $10 billion, and I told my wife I was going to Vegas to spend it on hookers and cocaine, she would Uber me there. Well, number one, she wants me to go out with a bang and be happy. Number two, I'd be dead. I'm not coming home. That means the other 9.5 billion that I couldn't spend while I was there, she gets. Oh no, she's very practical about those matters. Bobby Lopez, Army here. NATO behind the scenes is not good, but the soldiers are fighting for their country. Agreed. Kua James Sirois. Question: you provide a strong male role model. Will you ever write a book about fatherhood, manhood? James, I can't write. I'm not a good writer. I don't. I can barely put together sentences in here. The most you could hope for me is that the kid and Allie and Gen X mom they pull slices of these live streams. If I've got if I'm on here for 60 minutes and there ends up being 5 minutes of cognitive thinking. The kid wants to pull those off and put them up as a video where you folks could go look at it. Just like, oh, here you don't got to listen to the whole goddamn program to find the 5 minutes that I made sense. That's about as close you're going to get to any solid advice. I don't. This shit's all made up and the points don't matter. I don't know that I'd have enough to put into a book other than if you guys just wanted to hear life experiences of being on this planet for half a fucking century raising 32 kids. There'd be nothing but stories. Believe me, I've fucked up probably more than I've done good raising kids. There's no instruction manual. Kids don't come with a book on how to do it. All you get is every fucking person around you, including people that don't have kids, telling you how to raise your kids. The first baby you have, you're almost paranoid because you don't know what you're doing. You have no fucking clue to what's going on. And then you got everybody giving you their opinion, which is all bullshit. Because every kid's a little bit different. I mean, you got to feed the kids and stuff like that. And if you've been around babies, that's helpful. Yeah, you know how to change your diapers and feed them and stuff. But uh, it's tough, man. There isn't a book I could write. And here's the problem I have with shit like that. Now, this isn't like repairing cars when you can write a book because every car gets repaired the same. You can say every Toyota 4-cylinder 2.2 engine and truck, every water pump on those trucks with those engines gets fixed this way. All right. But not every kid who won't eat his dinner gets treated and handled this way. It's different. So anytime someone comes out with a book like that says, here's what you do, what? No, it should be titled, here's what you could do if this particular child matches the child I'm writing about, that kid over there. It's tough. I think it would be a waste of time for you guys to read such a thing. I don't have that strong of opinion on individuals unless I've been around them. If I'm around a kid for 6 years of his life, yeah, I might have a pretty strong opinion on how to raise that kid, changes in that kid's life. But to walk around and pretend because you have 3 kids that are turning out wonderful and you're going to share that wisdom and push it on other people, a little fucking arrogant. And don't, come on. We all know people that do that. Every one of us has a friend or a relative who we can look at and say, because yeah, we're a little judgmental on those assholes because they sit there. Well, my 3 children are just fine. I think you're raising yours wrong. Fuck you. And my kids are way different. Now maybe I made some mistakes along the way, but fuck off. And that's tough. You know it's tough. It's real tough. And we all know people that are arrogant and they look down on all of us for the way we raise our kids. Yeah. So there you go. Trying to Dude McDassey's back. That news interview was hilarious. At least he was honest about Chris and the yeah. Yeah. Well, fuck it. Why not? Frank Stewart, brother, love the honesty about the kids. Mine turned 20 Sunday. It flies by and there's definitely no manual. That's the goddamn truth. Stellar Luna, love your advice on putting on young adults on the curb. Yeah, that was I don't know. That's that's where the culmination of my shit ended up. I'm not saying yours has to, but that's finally, after refining raising a bunch of kids, that ended up being very effective for me. So Stellar, thank you very much. The London Dispatch, Vegas is a good way to go out. Either it's Vegas fighting a bear or just taking a boat out to sea. Got to go out with a bang. Fuck sitting around at home staring at the window and slowly dying. Hey, London Dispatch, right about now, I'd be drinking to that. I swear to Christ, if someone had some Jack Daniels right now, I'd be pounding that fucking down, going along with you on that one. Instead, Hawaiian fridge water it is. Okay. What I miss here? Dude's back. Doobie, I'm a diesel mechanic and resto mod is my new thing. Grew up working in the concrete industry, working on Mack trucks and the plant maintenance. Hey man, then we got some common ground with cars and mechanics. Yeah, that's what I did for pretty much my whole life. I know how to do a bunch of stuff. I'm just not good at it. So I had to stick with just a couple things, Doobie. But yeah, my man, we're cool on that. Right on. Except I can't go diesel. That's just not my thing. I can't. No, I can't get there from here. I'm sorry. Dun, dun, dun. London Dispatch. I was going to tell you something else too. What was that phrase the kid put up? He put up a picture on the community site on YouTube. I can remember the picture. It's a picture of me. I can remember the picture of me because I'm very handsome. Just ask me. I'll tell you. The phrase said, it's better to burn out than to fade away. That's an old saying from a long time ago, long before me. Stephanie, Joey's girl, Giles. It's really tough. I have 8 kids and each one is a little different. I have one with autism, one with MMR, and my other kids all have something too. You can't treat kids the same now. There's a blanket policy, Stephanie. You have to put structure in your house. I don't care what age your kids are, and I don't care how much they complain. Kids thrive and do like structure, order, boundaries, excuse me, and discipline. They do. But within that framework, you absolutely have to cater to each child's needs and what their abilities are. You have to, because that's the only way you can bring them along. It's just like a teacher who's teaching, let's say, a lesson in class, a history lesson, English lesson, math, whatever. And a teacher is teaching 32 kids, and there's 3 kids that are really struggling with that day's lesson. Okay, the mark of a good teacher is to figure out where those kids are stuck, confused, not getting it, and go to them and repair that and then move them along. Okay, well, she's teaching the same class, or the teacher's teaching the same class and the same lesson plan, but the job is to bring the entire class along, with each one slowing and going faster, bringing them each along by finding out where their shortcomings are. At the end of the day, they've all got the lesson. That is, in my opinion, very much like raising children. If you have 8 kids, and have had 8 children all in my house at one time, you have to teach the same lesson. Everyone has to follow the same rules. They have the same game plan. They have the same boundaries. But during that framework, you have to find out which kids you can give 6 chores to and which one you're going to have to give 3 chores to, and then work within those things. Also, some kids get more free time. Some kids need a little bit more attention, and they're all in different areas too. It's tough. When you talk about that, Stephanie, if you're Joey's girl, so Stephanie and Joey, you don't run a man-to-man defense when it's 2 parents versus 8 kids. And we had 2 parents, Gen X mom and I, 8 kids. My brother lived here, who my wife says is a big baby too. And then we had fish and chickens and dogs. So there was a lot. We had to run a zone defense. Couldn't go man to man on that. No, 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 no. You're running a zone defense as 2 against like 13. That's tough. Shit, screen just jumped. There was a paragraph there, and then the fucking screen jumped on me. Randy Mallory. God damn it. Randy Mallory says good morning. It jumped on me, you guys. I was trying to read stuff. There were some paragraphs in there. Stellar has the Canadian flag. I have ever been to Canada. Liam, yeah, I've been to Canada a bunch of times. I'm scrolling back up, you guys. I can't figure out where it jumped from. Sometimes the screen jumps with comments and I'm just a little bit away, and then sometimes it just fucking goes. EVE. I want to let you know there are scammers on TikTok doing live streams and not showing their face. Just a random city or land, crying sounds and sirens asking for donations, saying they're in Ukraine. Yeah, that I'd be suspicious of that if I saw it. Way before my heart went out, I'd be suspicious. But I'm an old fucking crusty Gen Xer from America. And, I hold my drink on my front lawn and yell, get off my grass. Yes, that's true. Trucker JP, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. Trucker, I got a bunch of useless knowledge in my head, a bunch of stupid shit, but it's all up there. Eric, what's your opinion? I think Biden should let fracking resume in America with prices soaring and probably going higher. I think it'd be smart to stop buying Russian oil and produce some. Yeah. Whether you like or hate Trump or like or hate Biden, it doesn't matter. I know people want to rewrite history. You guys always ask me the same motherfucking question since day one. What do I think of Trump? Okay, I'm going to tell you. I think Trump's policies were some of the best our country's ever seen. Best for our nation. I think Trump couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut. I think Trump couldn't get out of his own way. I think Trump woke up every morning and stepped on his dick and started screaming that someone else did it. Just the way the man is. But that same type of attitude is what got him elected. So if you take away him running his mouth on Twitter, then maybe he doesn't get elected. I don't know. But the energy question, we were energy independent. We were producing so much oil and so much natural gas. We were consuming it for our country, and we had extra to send to other people. We could have been sending it to Germany right now. They wouldn't be so dependent on Russian. But there's no reason to come in and shut everything down. But that's what the new administration did, just to be spiteful, the 81 million people voted this dude in. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy with yourself, because first day, just to show his masculinity, he starts reversing everything that's ever been done. And we became dependent on other countries. Our borders are open. It's just a fucking mess, man. I don't care about the politics of it. Okay. I really don't care about who's in charge. I care about the things that are in place that help Americans, that help my country. That's what I give a shit about. If Biden would have come in here and said the first thing he says is, I'm building the fucking border wall, I'm all in, man. Had nothing to do with Trump. Fucking secure the border. That makes sense, right? I mean, the liberals in my country, people, jump the border wall and they say, hey, they're here now. They're American citizens. As soon as their feet land on the ground, we need to keep them. We need to love them, give them money, medical attention, take care of them. Their family, they're here. They're part of the country. That's like saying someone who breaks into your house is now part of your family. Hey, he came in through the window. He's here now. He's on the ground. He's in the living room. He's here. Let's just give him some food and a shower and feed him. He's here. He's in the house. Let's just do it the right thing. Yeah, that's how I feel about him. So there. Yeah, we should. I understand fracking. I've watched a bunch of videos on how they do that. I know that fracking can cause a problem. I knew someone who lived. I want to say it was Wyoming or South Dakota where they're doing fracking, and they had dislodged some of the layers underground during the drilling, and people could turn on their faucet in their kitchen and take a lighter to it, and some of the gases that were coming out of their faucet were flammable because it was mixing with the water table, something that didn't happen before, something that only happened during fracking. Now, people hold that up as an example, like, oh, you see what fracking does? Stop all fracking. Why? It was it was one place. It was one thing. I mean, but see, that's the whole thing. And you guys, I hate getting off on this tangent about it, but if you guys want some Gen X nuts and bolts, street level stuff, okay. No matter what goes on in the world, you're always going to find someone who's unhappy, and you're going to find someone that it affects negatively. Every law that gets passed in my country, even if it affects 90% of the people, it's good for them. You are going to find 5% that this new law negatively impacted. That's just how it works. You cannot please everybody. Now, keep what I'm saying in mind. It's very simple. No matter what you try to do, I don't care if the Democrats try to do a good thing, it's only going to help 90% of the people. And I'm not saying which people, rich or poor, black or white, in and out, up and down, yin and yang. I'm not saying, just as a country, it's going to help 90% of the people. And then what are the Republicans going to do? They're going to run out, find the 10% of the people that are affected badly and put them on TV. And they say, look what you did. This is what's happening in America. No, 90% of it did a good thing. You just ran out and held up the example of the 10%. Republicans do the same thing. Republicans will pass some law and it may help 90% of the country, but the Democrats run out, they find the 10% that it's not helping, they find the 10% that it's fucking up, and they put it up on TV and go, look, this is what's really happening. This it No, that's just a small amount, but you're out there holding it up, and the biggest thing they do that with in America, for those of you who don't live here, is like, just take welfare for example. Republicans always want to divvy up the welfare system, um, because they say people take advantage of it. There's people making $25 an hour, getting all the benefits, the money, the discounts, and the free stuff. They make 23, 24, $25 an hour, and that's got to stop. We're going to that is there's a most of the people on welfare are abusing the system and making all this money, and that's the norm. That's what's going on. We need to have welfare reform so this stops. All right. I don't believe that you need welfare reform, because I think the amount of people that are taking advantage at that level is a lot, but it's not the norm. It's not the majority. That's my opinion. I don't think it's all of them. I think you're going to do some welfare reform for the wrong reasons. And the Republicans will run out there and they'll find some guy. Look at this guy. He's got a brand new truck. He's taking his family on vacation. Can you afford to go on vacation? No, you can't. Well, he's abusing the system. He's on welfare and he's getting all this stuff and he's going to Disneyland for a week. All right. They ran out and found the one guy who's really abusing the system. So, but Democrats do the same thing. When conservative Republicans go and they try to do welfare reform or something, all right, maybe it fixes a bunch of stuff, but it also damages some people. And the liberals will run out and they will find a single mother with 5 kids living in her car, and they will put her on the front page of the news and go, look what these Republicans have done. Look what they've done. All of these women all over the country living in their cars with their children. Do you see what they've done? Okay, that's not everybody. Come on, that's not what's going on. Now, which side of the fence do you come down on that? And this is simple. I want you to think this is simple. Um, do you say, all right, leave the system where it is? We're going to have some people abusing the system. We'll work on that. But basically, we're catching everybody. Nobody's living in their cars. Or do you say, All right, I know some women are going to be living in their cars with their kids, but um, we did get rid of all these abusers. We got rid of all the people abusing. We got these people are now gone. They're not abusing the system. They're out in the workforce. I know we got some women living in their cars. I got to tell you, as much as I hate the welfare system, and this is where I get yelled at from my conservative friends. If I had to pick between the two systems, um, do I think welfare reform is needed? Yes, absolutely. I want all these people to stop abusing the system and to get jobs. I am not willing to change it if we're going to let some people slip through the cracks. And what did I tell you at the beginning? Every law you write and pass there's going to be a small percentage of the population that's affected negatively. Everything's like that. I just gave you a simple example of welfare because that was popped into my head. But that's you can't pass laws without it affecting somebody negatively. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt. Someone's going to be put in their car. It's going to hurt somebody. That's the way the rules work. That's the way laws work. It's not You're never going to find a law that fits everybody. It's not. So when you're talking about Biden letting people go back to fracking, I think that's overall it's a good thing. 99% good thing. 1% you're going to have someone turn on their kitchen faucet and be able to light the water on fire. We can work on that. Pass the law, get everything going again. And if you turn all the stuff back on, the leases back on, you let people pump natural gas and pump oil. If you are a Democrat and you have a problem with that, if there's a small portion over here, it's a problem. First, quit pretending it's a big fucking issue. And whatever it is, let's work on it. Yeah, that's the way the shit's supposed to work. That's how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to say, all right, we passed the law. I'm not happy about it, but I'm going to be watching over here. We got to take care of some of this. And the Republicans got to be fucking on board, man. You got to take care of that shit. Do you realize how easy that would be if everything that got passed, once you got done arguing, debating, and voting, if your side lost, I don't care who you are, Republican or Democrat, if your side lost, if you bucked up and said, all right, you guys won, laws passed, let's just tighten up the game here and make sure some of these things, don't get fucked up. And then the winners go, yeah, we're with you. We want to, yes, we won, we debated, but we'll tighten that up. You guys real if you could come together like that, how powerful we'd be as a country, as a people. But everybody's so fucking arrogant and divided. And you vote on something, and when your side wins, you basically walk out the door and down the hall telling the other side, hey, fuck you, you lost. Man, term limits. What do I know? Doobie McNasty, I'm working on a 68 AMX. Sorry, you guys. I know I got off on a fucking tangent right there. I realize that. I got it. I'm sorry. But I've thought about that a lot over the years. And being on this planet half a fucking century, and you look at that shit. Fuck. Sorry. I know. These numbers went fucking down talking politics. Sorry, Doobie McNasty, I'm working on a 68 AMX, 69 AMX, and a 73 Javelin, all AMC. And I agree with you about 45, 46. Had to leave it alone. We'd be just fine. Yeah. First of all, I dig that I ran into somebody who's a American Motors fan. You guys probably don't even know. There's a lot of you don't even know that American Motors was a car company like the big three. For a lot of years, they made muscle cars. That's what he's talking about. That AMX was a short version of the Javelin. It was like a Javelin with no back seat. They made some powerful cars. They set a bunch of speed records when they came out of the muscle car. They also made AMX also made some fuel economy cars that took the world by storm. And then they bought Jeep. They had the Jeep line, so they really had some unique shit. Kind of sad they're gone. AMX is no more, and that's a long story too. But they did a deal with Renault, and then just a bad deal. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up, man. We're there. So there's everybody tired of me talking about politics. Good, then we'll move on to something else. Barry Proud, respect from the UK. Gary A, I think it's best to try not to display anger even when your kids fuck up. Gary, I don't know. Gary's been around a long time on the program. He says, I think it's best to try not to display anger even when your kids fuck up. I would probably disagree with you on that. I think there's moments when my kids know they fucked up And then there's times when they look at my face and they know they fucked up. Like pack their backpack and hop over the wall and start running because they fucked up. And they come back going, thinking in their head, I will never do that again. So there you go. Dude McNasty drops another $5. 24 Le Mans? 24 Le Mans? 24 at Le Mans? Oh, 24 hours at Le Mans. Yeah. I didn't hear about that. AMC holds some records in there too. I didn't. They did some stuff down on the Winston and Goodyear tracks in Texas, 70s, early 70s. They won a bunch of speed records there. I didn't know they did anything at Le Mans. That's kind of cool to know. They really got out there. Jacko James, people just want to turn kids into obedient sheep nowadays. Remember playing sticks and stones will break your bones, the world will never hurt you. Now it's timeout space. Yeah, James, they do. That's been the plan. That's part of the great reset that's going on with the kids. I'm learning there's more than one definition to that, but the kids, they've been indoctrinated. You know, they're smart. They're smart. You know, liberals have been putting professors and then high school teachers and then junior high teachers and grade school teachers in place for the last 25 years. So all these kids are growing up. You're taught one culture, the culture that you want. I fought against that my entire life. I've had to go into teachers and go, look, your job is to teach English. You understand? Now I know when you teach English, it's going to have a little bit of your spin, your flavor, because you're a human being and you have your individual circumstances, and you'll teach English a little different than the next person. However, you just gave a weak lecture to my son on global warming. Why? Oh, I know you're going to tell me it's true, and you've got your facts and charts and graphs. Okay, stop teaching my kid global warming. Stop teaching my kid socialism. Not your fucking job. Your job is to teach him an English lesson. That's it. I've had to go into classrooms over the years, once in a while, and tell people, you stop indoctrinating my children, all the way up to the college level. You know, you pay a college professor to teach about, you know, advanced mathematics, and they're talking about socialism, communism, which, by the way, when I was growing up, and I don't know about you guys, when I was growing up, communism and socialism were dirty words. They were bad. You did not want to do them. They did not work. They did not function, and they still don't. I know you guys are going to show me these dumb examples that I could sit all day and pick them apart. These fake examples, blanket statements you use. And in Denmark, it works fine. Bullshit. And in Canada, I mean, fuck off. Don't get time for that shit. But those used to be dirty words. Now they're classes you can take. Yeah, that was a fucking dirty word back then. It was socialism and communism. Now you can sign up for that class. You can pay to be taught about how great it is and how it works. Fuck, amazingly different. Doobie's back. This is the Doobie McNasty and Gen X Dad show. I think your mods are blocking my regular chat for telling someone to fuck off over race issues. My regular chats are grayed out. I haven't scrolled down to see them yet. I don't know. I've been holding the comments here. If it's down below, that probably wouldn't be the moderators. I'm going to guess that's probably YouTube. They probably have some of those where you tell someone to fuck off, they've got a block on it, then I have to release it, or the mods do. So I'll look, but I'm not there yet. Doobie, I'm not there yet. Ed Pluck, $20. What happened to critical thinking and individual responsibility? Keep it up, brother. You are often a bright spot in my day. Hey, Ed, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Personal responsibility he hit the nail on the head. That's a fucking thing, isn't it? That all the millennials grew up and they turned up fucked up. Not all millennials. Okay, don't cry and go to your safe spot. Okay, but there is a lot of millennials that grew up and they're complaining about everything they fucking can. And what do they do? Well, you raised us. Your generation raised us. So if we're fucked up, it's because of you. Yeah, sure it is. The phrase used to be, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Yeah, that was the phrase. Long time ago, that was. And the truth is, Gen X is the first generation as parents to go to jail for parenting because we had every fucking outside influence known to man, and teachers and counselors and coaches, every one of them trying to raise our kids right alongside of us. telling them how they should act, telling them what you feel. Our generation of kids were the first ones that adults would come up and tell an 11-year-old, you have rights. If you don't like what's going on in your house, if you don't like the way your parents are parenting you, you come and tell us. You say, and we will go talk to your parents. You have a right to be happy. First guy that comes to my fucking door and tells me how to raise my kids, I'm gonna put them down. Okay, I'm gonna knock their dick in the dirt. You got to knock that shit off. But that's what happened. And then kids had all these wild ideas and independent thinking at 11 years old. They could be their own parent, and they had a say in how we were raising them. Then when they turn out fucked up, they get mad at us. You out of your fucking mind. J Dog 18 dropped a 5 spot. Finally caught you live. Love your content, man. Keep up the good work. Not J Dog, Junior Dog 18. Thanks, my man. I appreciate it. All right, gonna scroll down and find out what dude he was talking about. Scrolling. Auto hoax. There's a big one. I am very affectionate with my boys. Also, was telling them I love them, but will cuss them out. Tell them I will never rob them of a good attitude. Yeah, I don't know why that's blocked out, man. I'm with you on that. There's a lot of these are grayed out. You guys just using bad words. Bad words. J Dog, Dude McNasty, I'm not the one who said the bad thing. Just saying, I don't. You lost me on there. I'm just saying, if you said a bad word, then YouTube might have blocked you. I didn't. I'm not blocking you. Looking back up. Hell, I don't care. Lost that one. That's a dumb one. Pissed off Patriot. See, I'm reading these backwards. This is that he's continuing the story, and I'm missing it. God damn it. The Smoking Auditor. Do you watch First Amendment audits? I don't know what that is. Smoking Auditor. You should send me a link on that. Not in here. Send me an email link. At the bottom of the kid's website, genxtalks.com. At the bottom, there's individual emails for all of us here, and then just send me if there's a link. Send that. I'd check that out. Paradise Arms. Do you watch NASCAR? I do watch NASCAR, just not with the vigor that most people do. But I don't. Yeah, I don't mind NASCAR at all. A pissed off patriot says, I saw it for myself. Once I worked at the grocery store between jobs, I saw it more times than I can count. For example, once this black woman came in and she got $450 worth of grocery with an EBT card. Yeah, there's a long conversation about EBT cards that I get into. I have an opinion on that, but opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. None of them are right. They all smell bad. EVE, the problem with drug testing recipients is that people do meth and crack and pass it 24 hours later. Yeah, the complaint, you guys are talking about they should drug test before you get welfare. They classify drug addiction and alcoholism as a disease. And you're going to deny people welfare because they're sick? They can't quit. The guy comes in and falls to his knees and says, I can't stop doing meth, but my family's hungry. I'm sorry, but I have a disease. I'm addicted to methamphetamines. Please give me food. They're going to give him food. They're going to give him food. I'm with you on that testing part, but then you got to look at the other side. There's going to be some people that just fucking can't get their shit together. I'd go down that road, but just so you know, I'm not working against you guys here. Don't just because I go against a Republican conservative point of view or I explain something, I'm just trying to keep it street level, trying to keep it nuts and bolts. You got to be able to absorb both sides. None of this is all cut and dry. It's not. You got to figure shit out, man. Danny, the Armenians are not the Mexicans. We point the blame in the wrong directions. Armenians have infiltrated and exploited every aspect of the government's welfare fraudulently. Wouldn't that be true with everybody's just Armenians? I mean, I personally know some white people, white trailer trash living redneck hillbilly motherfuckers that look just like me that are abusing the system quite a bit. So I don't know if you say just Armenians. Frank Stewart says, thanks for the chat. Brother, bringing the wifey for colonoscopy this morning. Hope everything turns out good there. I do. Jay Roberts, morning, youngster. How's the missus and all the house apes? Got the forge warming up. Gonna be a productive day. Jay Roberts, man, stick to it. Stick to it. Don't see. The Dragon Dad, how to push a socialist agenda. Put the haves and the have-nots at each other's throats. We need accountability and budget control. Dragon Daddy's right. Yeah, you just keep telling everybody that they have more than you and they stole it from you and you deserve it. And let's go get it. Vote for me and I'll go get it for you. Doesn't that sum it up? Yeah. Dum dum dum. Boy, you guys are still in the welfare thing. I got you. Um, Derek, you remind me of my best be friends. Dad, the past year, it's hard. Dad, he passed this last year. It's hard to find a man who speaks the truth, the real world, and basic Gen X ideas from generations past. You know, most of the stuff that everybody argues on it, and you never get anywhere arguing. Do you ever get anywhere? You're going to bring up, I've got, whatever I'm arguing with you guys, I've got the internet backing me up. And you guys are over here and the internet's backing you up. Well, I've got charts and graphs. Well, you've got charts and graphs. Well, I've got studies and professors and research. Well, I've got studies and professors and research. The waters are so muddied right now. Nobody can tell it. Whatever you want, if you want to say Reagan is the greatest president and you Google that, it'll come up with 6 reasons why he's the greatest president ever. If you say, what was wrong with Ronald Reagan? Why was he the worst president? You Google it, there'll be 6 reasons why he was the worst president ever. It doesn't matter. You can find whatever you want to support. So most people just pick a direction they want to go that they like, and then they go find reasons to back up their story. It's bullshit. It's not how it's supposed to work, but it's how it fucking works. Mr. Bumphilly, well, big guy, about to head out to the donut shop. Anybody want anything? Yeah, French curlers with the white frosting. Actually, any frosting. French curlers, bring those back. But I can't have donuts without ice cold glass of milk. So, yeah, just handle that, would you? Appreciate it. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Manper 421. There y'all go again. Pissed off patriots, commies. Well, I don't know that communism used to be a bad word. I don't think it works. I like what we're doing better, but that's why I'm here. I didn't leave. If I thought communism was better, I'd leave and go someplace else. I'm not just going to sit around and bitch about it. I'll actually do something. I don't like Doobie's back, $10. I don't like welfare being exploited, but pissed off patriot is blaming it all on blacks. I'm 100% sure that we have bigger problems than that. I'm very patriotic, but what I see is white leftists. I didn't catch that. Pissed off patriot was blaming black people or minority. I saw the one guy talking about Armenians. I don't think it's black people. I don't like exploited, but I don't think it's no. I just got through telling you guys that some of the most redneck, hillbilly, backwoods, inbred, Jed, white boys, trailer trash, upside down, Queen of the Park people that I've run into are welfare abusers. I don't, I don't think it's an. You could say, well, there's more black people on welfare, so there's more black people abusing the system. I mean that'd be a stretch to get to that point. Is that what you're saying? I just think that I think bad people abuse the system and give a shit what race they are. What the fuck does color have to do with anything? You don't think you think one race is smarter than the other to abuse the system and learn all the loopholes? I think everybody fucking does it. And it needs to be stopped, but I don't want to stop welfare fraud at the expense of leaving some woman in her car raising 5 kids. That's a problem I want to try to fix as we go along. I don't want to do that. That's just me. I'm not in charge of anything. So what do I know? Scott Smith, highly enjoy the intelligence. Hopefully it will rub off on me one day. Hey, Scott, you don't want any part of this rubbing off on you. I'm literally just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. You'd be better off sitting in a chair high on a hill looking down at all the shit I'm doing. That's where you need to be. David Crotu, what's your name, sir? Dad, Mister. It's not really hard to figure out anyone's name on the internet. Anybody could dig around and figure out what my real name is. But and people have, but I'm just asking. I try not to keep it in here. It doesn't matter what my legal name is. And if you figure it out, good for you. But I'm trying. Could you please not? I'm asking, which I'd rather not that be the center of attention. So I'll pass on that one, David. I really will. What's the other one? Jesse Sadler, off-topic question. First of all, there is nothing off-topic today. But what was your profession? Well, I'm a semi-retired mechanic. Just a car guy. That's all. I was pretty good at it for a long time. Uh, uh, um, where am I at? Alan Haley. Holy shit, is this live? Yes, Alan. This is not Memorex. This is live. This is not taped in front of a studio audience. This is live. Don't you guys talking back and forth. Funky, grab me some Canadian maple. Derek Shearer, a weird question. How long did it take you to grow your beard and mustache? I don't know, Derek. I started this when I was 9. It kind of came out like this and it kept going. It's gotten grayer over the years, but that's because of children and a terrible, horrible wife. Yeah, it's a true story. Jesse Sadler, off topic. We got that one. What's the other one? Pissed off Patriot at Doobie. I'm just giving an example of what I've seen with my own eyes. I have seen a lot in the line in front of me. I actually rang that up. Oh, you talking about Patriots? He had one comment about the grocery store thing. Is that did I miss that? Was that was that story about one person in a grocery store? Was that an entire categorization of a race? If it was, I missed it. I just thought he was saying I was at a store and a black person and I saw a thing happen. If he talked about a whole race of people, I fucking missed it. I'm sorry. I didn't catch it. It's not the vibe I got. If I got that vibe, I'd have said something to him, but I didn't catch that at all. Yeah. Um, Paradise Arms, Doobie chill. Doobie says exactly. You fucking guys going back and forth with this shit. Doobie trying to get examples. Okay, let me scroll down and scroll back up. Boom, 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 boom. Off topic, got that one. And then there was somebody in here who asked about hell, I don't care. Now it's a good way to turn the corner on the conversation. Some dude named Hell, I don't care. Got any marriage advice? Been with my it's a chick. Fuck. Okay, I called Doobie a chick, turned out to be a guy. I called Hell, I don't care a guy, turned out to be a chick. All right, I'm batting 1,000 on fucking guessing wrong today, so we're done with that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Every time I turn around, I'm doing something upside down and backwards. Okay. Hell, I don't care. Got any marriage advice? Been with my husband 20 plus years, and I feel like the past few years we've drifted apart. Yeah, it's natural. That's a that's a that's a thing. People I've known Gen X mom since I was 5 years old. I mean, like we were in classrooms together, on the playground together, grade school, junior high, high school. We've known each other our entire lives. Our families knew each other. It's so one thing I will tell you from being on this planet 50 years is I've watched a lot of relationships. I've had a lot of relationships, and I've watched others. And you grow apart because you're different people. I mean, think about whatever age you're in. Let's say you're in your 40s. Okay. Are you the same person as when you were 21? Are you? Do you like all the same things? Do you enjoy going to all the same places? Do you like doing all the same things you did when you were 21? Yeah, maybe some of them you do, but some of your things change. Why? Because you change. You're a person, and it's different, right? Yeah. Um, well, what if the person you married 20 years ago, you guys liked 10 out of 10 things together, and now you're later in life and you don't even like the 10 out of 10 things you like. Maybe you're down to 6, and they don't like the 10 out of 10 thing. Maybe they're down to 6. And the 4 other things that you don't like aren't even in common. Just natural interests draw you apart. Plus, you get comfortable with each other, so the newness and the excitement isn't always there. It's just I tell my kids something too, and I know this is just a sideline, but I when my children have gotten married and they're deeply in love, they're as in love as you could possibly be, and I tell them, I pull them aside and go, "You're going to wake up next to that person one day and hate them and wish you weren't with them, and you're going to feel trapped." And they look at me and go, "No, no, no, Dad, I'm getting married. This is my thing. This is forever. I'm in love." And I say, "It passes. Okay, don't act on it, because the day after that, you may wake up and feel completely different. Don't." But that's part of the growing process. I tell them, don't. Part of you growing together, growing up as you guys change, don't act or say on those things. Now, if you're telling me that those feelings of drifting apart have been ongoing for more than 2 years or whatever it is, that's a little bit different. That's not, but I'm letting you know that you're as a human being, you can wake up and go, this person that you're madly in love with, you built a life with, you have a marriage and a house and children with, you can wake up and go, oh my God, what have I done? It'll pass. It always does. When you find yourselves drifting apart, um, and if you're looking for me to give you a solid answer at the end of the tunnel on this one, I don't know that I have it, but I'm going to point out that it's not even a problem that's unfixable. It's not. You just have to find a way to reconnect. Now, here we go again. Here we go again with talking about like just like raising kids. You can't put out a book that raises every child. I can't give you a paragraph that fixes every marriage, but there's just tons of ways to raise kids correctly. You look at the kid, you feel out the kid, you explore with the kid, and you pick a path and you go. There's tons of ways to fix a marriage. And thank God you're just talking about drifting apart, because that's not even a huge obstacle to overcome. What that is something that you have to, if you can't sit down and talk to your husband about it and work that shit out, which most guys don't want to fucking talk about it one way or the other. What you can do is you can, on your end of things, start rekindling either through old traditions and things you used to do or some new ones. You can do all sorts of things to reignite your marriage, traveling, going some places, going to places that you went to that were familiar. Sometimes that works for people. Going to new places and going, I've never been here. We're going to go here and I want to go here with you. Sometimes letting your husband know that he's your best friend. Sometimes just building that guy up a little bit. Guys don't want to ever lose a woman or get left by a woman, even emotionally, when that woman constantly reminds that guy, you're my best friend, you're my rock, my defender, you're my guy, you're my knight in shining armor. Guys love that. Guys eat that shit up. I do all the time, and it makes me not want to quit. It makes me not want to allow distance. It makes me not want to lose that. I never want my wife to wander off and tell her friends, "Yeah, my husband's okay. He's all right. He's average, I guess." No, I don't want that. I want to try. I want to, and when my wife pumps me up about how great she thinks I am in her mind, it makes me want to do things. I'm really going to get off on a big fucking topic here, and I don't mean to. Um, Everyone says your relationships are like a checking account, and you have to put in deposits before you can take out. Okay, agreed. Um, there's there's tons of cliches you can use about being in a relationship or being married. There's hundreds, and they're not all wrong. But a lot of them are cliches that are really hard to get motivated about. It's hard to, you know, it's hard to really take something seriously and have it hit you deep in your heart when someone says, "Well, what it is what it is, man." Okay, I'm trying. Thanks for the advice, but that's not really getting me where I want to be. Okay, so when your marriage isn't necessarily falling apart, but you're distant, you can rekindle with old familiar things. Maybe that works with your guy. If it doesn't, then maybe go to new things, go to new places, new restaurants, new towns, new vacations, new drives, do something new together. Because you find sometimes when you go back in the past and you're sitting where you went to your first date, some people, it strengthens them like, oh, I remember that feeling. Sometimes when you take a person to a new place, if they've never been to Yosemite, or you've never had a dinner looking out over San Francisco Bay. Now you're doing something new, and sometimes that person feels like, wow, I've never been here before. This is a new experience, and it's a whole new feeling, and I'm doing it with you. You see where I'm going with that? Those are just two things that you can try, that just they can reignite. They can, and there's more, but I really shouldn't get into it. There's a lot of people I'm talking to in here, but you notice I did stop on that. I stop when there's kids involved, and I stop when there's relationships involved, and I try to spend a little more time. I'm not passing along some super fucking wisdom. No, 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 no. What I'm passing along is I'm going to tell you I have made 963 mistakes. I am just as fucked up as the rest of you, or worse. So if I set all my mistakes aside and if I find two things that kind of worked, here. I fucked up a bunch over the here. These two things kind of worked and they seem to be okay. Um, I'll help you skip all that shit. I went through all that shit here. So all right, I hope that helps you. Hell, I don't care if I scroll down and I get a message or you want to send me an email, genxtalks.com. Go look at the kids' website. The emails are there. Send me something directly. I'll write you back. Okay, trying to get caught up on the colors now. Dude McNasty, $9.99. Just saying I'm absolutely not for aggregators use of any government program, but you shouldn't be blind to the people who look like you're doing the same thing. It's not as simple as that. I get where you're going with that. I don't know if you're talking to me or talking to someone else. I get it. I'm on your side. Is that I, you should be colorblind to almost everything we do in life. Color doesn't fucking matter at all. I don't I don't get where the conversation goes. Like Chad H, I absolutely agree with you, and thanks for all you say. I appreciate you very much. Keep it up. Thanks, Chad. That's a nice thing to say. Coolness, coolness, coolness. Ryan Patrick, 999. Hello, General. Thank you for taking the time to respond to my comments. Most YouTubers are disconnected from their fans. You guys keep it real. Peace. Yeah, Ryan, I want to let you in on a little something. The kids started a Patreon thing. It's $1. You got to join. It's $1, and there's only like 100 people in there, or a little more than that. But he wants to start doing some live interaction on there because we don't have. See, it says there's 200 people in here, but at the end of it, it'll have some statistic like 6,000 or 7,000 people came through. During that, people come and go all the time, and and he wants to do some lives on there where just the people on Patreon, because they paid $1, but they seem to be more in tune. They're not trying to start trouble. They're not 12 years old. They're not running their mouth with cussing and weird shit just to stir up trouble. Those are people that really wanted to have a conversation. So just so you know, that's if you Ryan, if you went over to Patreon and paid $1 to be part of it, not only do you get to see the behind the scenes stuff that's in there, that's pretty cool. But the live streams that are coming on there, and I don't know how often they'll be, but those will be more. Is intimate the right word? That sounds like an OnlyFans page, and I'm not taking off my clothes, but it seems to be more personal. Maybe that's a better word, just so you know. So, Ryan, thank you for the kind words, and the $10 is going to the whiskey fund. Don't know where we at. Where we at? Off topic. Passion. Did we just give an example? Got you there. Pissed off patriot. DB, absolutely. I've seen it many different races, even people with good jobs. All right. See, we're coming around now. You guys are coming back together on that. Scrolling. Chad with message retracted, my man. What's the hell? Maybe you retyped it or something. I don't know. Chad, you got 2 message retracted. What happened? We were talking. Doobie McNasty, $1.99. Egregious. Egregious. Don't think you're talking to me, are you, Doobie? Doobie, you and I have been getting along all morning. I get that you're over here having a conversation. I'm trying to help sort that out, but I'm with you on that. Unless I missed something that you said that's, like you say, egregious. I seem like we just had you guys had a miscommunication. I didn't have any red flags that I was, pissed off at you guys, and you guys know me. If something happened where I was pissed off at one, you guys would fucking know it, and you know it right goddamn now. Chase Pastel, good morning, gentlemen. Chase, I thought you got to answer me, man. I thought you were in a hospital bed. Was that like a week ago or so? Oh, Thomas, I feel trapped now after 18 years. Yeah, Thomas, write me an email, genxdad@genxtalks.com. Seriously. Johnny Mac, my wife and I have been together 20 years, and the day after Christmas, she said she wanted a divorce. A bit of a shock, but we both agreed to part ways amicably. I don't like hearing that, man. That's not good. 20 years you spent investing your time and your heart into someone. I don't want to hear that. That's not good. I mean, thank you for sharing with me, but that's a bummer, man. That's a bummer. Pissed off Patriot. Doobie is talking to me because They think I singled someone out. All right, I'm pissed off, Patriot. You've been doing stuff around here a long time. I've never had any bad vibe from you. So if you guys are working that out, I'm good. I just if I miss something, then I'll straighten it out. Um. Oh yeah, Doobie says I was correcting aggregators, not against you. Okay. See, it's hard to know sometimes when you guys are talking to each other, and it's hard to know when you guys are saying something I said. If you guys are mad at something I said, and I go back and look at what I said and it didn't come out right and I fucked up, I'll just apologize and move on. I say, that didn't come across right. Fuck it. Let's turn the corner and go this way. If you guys are mad at something I said and I'm right, I'll tell each one of you to go fuck yourselves. But I'm fair about that. I'm an equal opportunity offender. If I fuck up, I will apologize. I've done it. You guys have seen me have big course corrections on the show. You guys have seen me have course corrections. You take in information, you learn some stuff. Yeah. But you've also seen me stand my ground when you guys are just being a bunch of assholes. And by you guys, I mean individuals that you agree with and fight with. So I think I'm pretty balanced about it, to be honest. I'm trying to, if I'm going to be candid about that, I very much put forth the effort of telling you guys I don't know everything. I don't know everything. Information comes and you make a course correction in your life or in your conversation. It's the way it goes. All right. So, scrolling. Jason says Gen X stand for president. Jason Hyde. No. No, 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 no. Way too many skeletons in my closet. I'd never be able to do that. Tugboat. Stellar Luna. I've been trying, but she won't open up the stranger. You guys are talking back and forth. Okay, I'm good there. Jesse Whitaker says, "Good morning, Gen X Dad. Thanks, man." Ryan Patrick just subscribed to you. Hey, Ryan, thanks for doing that, man. You just subscribed to the Patreon. Thank you, because the kid really likes it. I know it's just $1, but go poke around Patreon. He's only been doing it since like the end of January, so there's only been 1 month, but he's really starting to get stuff rolling over there. And just go poke around and check out some of the stuff, please. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. I'll tell the kid right when he wakes up. Patriot, could never be mad at anything you say. Keeping it real. Thanks, man. God, the fucking screen jumped again. God damn it. Um, James Johnson, holy shit, Batman. Doobie won't have much money for the Lamont. I know. Doobie's going to spend all his money. He's going to have to go out there and start buying some substandard parts for those AMC. You know what? If Doobie keeps donating $5 and $10, he's going to have to sell one of those javelins. And I hate to say that I'd be the guy to take it off his hands, but I'd be the guy to take it off his hands. What are you going to do? Okay, so Carl, Stefan, don't worry, guys. I'll drink for everyone right now. Carl, you bastard, because I should be drinking right fucking now. I should. Null and Void, General, why are you awake this early? Good goddamn question. Null and Void, I know it's rare. I know, but it was 3 in the morning when I started because I was trying to reach a different audience, because I always get emails that I'm never on when some of you guys are on, because the time difference. I don't know if I'm catching people in Australia that way or if I'm catching people in Europe that way. I don't know, but I thought, all right, 3 in the morning, so it was actually like 2:45. I sat down, I put my fat ass in the chair and figured, all right, let's log on and see if there's new people. The first like 19 people I got were the same jabronis that are always on. Well, I tried. So we'll see. There is some new names in here. I think we made some new friends in here, definitely. Um, Randy Mallory, we from the Valley are a different breed. No fucking shit. Randy, it's only water, but you know where I'm at. Okay. Dean Winchester, what is this and where am I? Dean Winchester says, what is this and where am I? Well, Dean, this is the Twilight Zone and you're sitting in it. You're going to experience some very fifth dimensional stuff here. I suggest you hold on to your ass because it's going to be a wild ride. You're welcome. Rob Ann, love how you keep it dead simple. Our generation needs to be heard before we're too old. The younger generations needs our guidance if the country is to work, world, and survive. Ron, thank you for saying so. And you're right. People over some of the bigger debates I've ever got in with people that are way smarter than me, they overtalk me and they outtalk me, and when they're done talking to me, then I bring it right back down to street level. I don't care about your charts and your graphs and your focus groups and your studies. When I look out the front window, if something's fucked up, it's fucked up. You can paint it any color you want, but I can see it. You can't hide it. So you're right. Keeping it nuts and bolts, keeping it real is a thing. It really is a thing. Don't. God, screen jumped again. Randy says, "Cheers. You got my drink. Bom bom. Nut. Just got out from work in night shift. Good morning. Hey, you know what? Nut 1674. Just hang up, man. This has been an ugly live. You don't want to be part of this, man. It's almost over, and you caught the tail end of a fucked up whale. Let me tell you. Hell yeah, my first time seeing Gen X dad. RJG, my man. Thanks for showing up. Jack Taylor, hey from the UK. Pissed off Patriot. There's someone on the wing. Oh, pissed off Patriot. He's talking about one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes. He is. That's funny. There's someone on the wing. I got what you did there. David Cruteau, sorry I had to leave your live chat, but you hit the nail on the head with the relationship and growing older. Yeah, I hope so. I know when I give you advice on that or I give you a story on that, it's just something that worked. I know that either a live or one of the kids' podcasts, somebody wanted me to go deep into marriage and fixing things and cover everything. There was a lot of emails about covering everything from talking about each other's past relationships and stuff like that. It's tough, and once again, you can't write a book on raising kids because there's hundreds and hundreds of kids and you got one book. I can't give you a story or advice on relationships because your guys' relationship is going to be different than mine and everybody else's. There's hundreds of them, and my story is not going to fit all of them. The only thing I can do is give you a nuts and bolts human experience. And if there's pieces of it that you can extract from that and use, then great. Or none of it may fit. I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert, man, flipping the pages as I go. All right. Doobie McNasty, man. I'm seeing your comments, but I get it. Drew said, all right, you guys just need to stop for just a little bit. I mean, I like both of you guys a ton, so just cool your jets. Separate corners. Everybody go their own way. Okay. Don't Corleone. Good morning, Gen X dad. Corleone. I like the name. Accental. I like how even if we disagree on the solutions, we're seeing the same problems. Essential, I think is the guy's name or the woman's name. That's the key right there, is that so many people are so divided so fast in our country. You can't even see that you guys are working on the same problem because you're just seeing one way, your way, the right way, and everybody else the wrong. That's fucking brilliant, man. That is. Bum bum funky lions. Just because people talk louder or have more voices doesn't make them right. Yeah. I had a thing on that, and I don't know if I could find it since you brought that up. No shit, where'd it go? I had something on that. Dun dun dun. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? It's about people talking. One thing I read a note. Oh, yeah, I already said that. My own note was what you just said. You get into, I talk about a bar fight, a bar conversation, a bar argument, and there's people that overtalk you with a loud interrupting voice. So you can never make a point. We all know people like this personally, or you've run into people like this where you're in the middle of making a point and they loud overtalk you. So you have to stop with what they're saying, go back and start your conversation over again. And those are tough because they're not really going to win the argument in real terms, but they're going to win the argument in the court of public opinion. That bar is going to be on their side and rallying behind them because they're the loudest. They're banging their glass on it, and every time you try to make a valid point using, I don't know, facts or common sense, they're not going to hear that. They're going to interrupt you. There's a story. I was at a bar one time years ago, and it was a big bar. And I mean, it was one of the bars that had a big rectangle bar, and it was huge. You could fit like 40 or 50 people at it. And it was nice place. And I remember getting to an argument and a discussion. In fact, I wish I remember what the argument was about now, but I was drinking. So it was Jack Daniels and myself, Gen X dad, versus everybody. But I remember this one old boy just kept interrupting when when I was talking. I'd start to say, "Well, this, and they go, no, God damn, if you're fucking wrong, because back in the didn't matter, fucking guy every time." So for about 20 minutes, that was happening. And I remember trying to make a very good point. I remember I had something important to say, and I got maybe one sentence out of my mouth, and this dude took in a breath, and I grabbed him. I leaned up into him and I grabbed him by the back of the neck and I put my hand over his mouth and I said, "If you fucking interrupt me one more fucking time, if you decide to not show me the courtesy and the respect of letting me finish a fucking sentence, we're going to take this outside and we're going to handle this the old school way. So I'm going to let you go and you're going to shut the fuck up. I just wanted the privilege of being able to have a conversation." And I let him know his over fucking loud talking was not doing anything other than piss me off. We'll stop the conversation. We'll stop the story right there. So, Ryan Finch, you don't normally get to watch live, you usually watch it later. Kind of like listening to people talk at the bar. Enjoy it. Yeah, that's what it's like, man. I don't like the kids fucking ambush videos. I think those are bullshit. But I do like talking with you folks. It's like we're having a conversation around a bar or a fire pit. Got our feet up and the fire's crackling and we're just talking, man, looking up at the stars. I dig that shit. I got one of those in my backyard. Yeah. Okay, so where do we go? Bobby Boucher. Best president of your lifetime and why? I was a big Reagan fan. I know he made a few mistakes, but they were small in comparison to the big picture that he did good. Trump is up there only because his policies were fucking great. The guy just couldn't keep his mouth shut. It was like, fuck, if you just shut the fuck up for 5 minutes and just act like a regular person. And I know that's what got him elected was his mouth and his arrogance and all that stuff. I know. I didn't give a shit about that. I didn't hire the man to be president to, sit and have a beer with me. I didn't. I hired the man to fix the country, and his policies were just incredibly good. I mean, I know you can always find small examples of people that the policies were bad for, and you can pretend they were the biggest thing ever. I know, but I looked at it pretty fair, and I'd say 90% of what he did helped my country. Just couldn't keep his fucking mouth shut, man. Just made himself look worse and worse and worse, and that you don't win people on your side when you fuck that up. A lot of people don't look at your policies; they look at how you're acting and behaving. We got a president right now who's very quiet and passive, but great. He's a great man. Look at him. He's very presidential. Not getting me anywhere. Not getting my country anywhere. So Bobby Boucher, there's your honest answer. If everybody hangs up on me, hang up. Bum, bum, bum. David McNash says it's wrong about Patriot. I've been drinking a little bit. My purpose of being here is a sort in general. Glad we could work it out. Yeah, that's good, man. Hey, Doobie, I've drank and fucked up more things in my life and had to walk around and knock on some doors and apologize too. I mean, and when I'm older, I got to walk around and apologize for running my mouth and saying shit I shouldn't. Back when I was much, much younger, I used to run around, have to knock on doors and tell people, "Hey, sorry I had sex with your wife," and punch you in the face. It's all relevant to the time in your life and how much you drink and what you say and what you do. So no, let's all move on. Okay, I'm with you. Oh yeah, okay. It's was that a true story? Well, it's true. It's a story. Ali Tugboat. If you go there on the website, James.com, there's a Cameo link there. Oh yeah, forgot about Cameo. I was supposed to be whoring myself out, and I'm not doing a good job. Danny Link, yelling to win an argument, it just shows you don't listen and want people to read your mind. There's counseling and 12-step programs for that. That's what I should have said, Danny. I should have said, there's 12-step programs. We can check you in. There's one just down the street because you obviously have issues. My favorite one to tell people is when they're doing that, I said, you need to adjust your medication. You're either taking too much or not enough, but you are clearly not in the right place. Mm. Art Kim misses his fireplace. I'd like to say I miss your fireplace too, but I don't know what you're talking about. Junior Dog 18, $2. You're freaking awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. $2 for the whiskey fund. Cloaked, good morning, Gen X. First time live. I was watching one of your replays this morning and just noticed that you had some running live right now. Always enjoy your content. Thank you. Cloaked, appreciate the nice words. Do. Corleone, McMurphy's was the spot in the early 2000s for me. Always gang related bar fights. Then or now? I hope you weren't part of that then. That didn't sound fun at all. No. I don't want to do that. Drew McNash laughing his ass. I hope that was with me, not at me. Well, if even it was at me, I'm okay. No Go, look who showed up. No Go's been a long time fan favorite of the program and Patreon cat. Little something for the whiskey fund, but more importantly, congratulations on going for 28 days. Yeah, we made it. We had a few days that we went over to Facebook or Instagram. Maybe the kid did a TikTok, but we made it on every 1 hour a day for the whole month. That was the challenge, and we're done. This is it. When I'm done here, I'm out. And I don't think you guys have seen me way too much in January because we had some time off. 1 hour a day in February for the whole month. We got to tone this down. Let's just go back to once a week or something. I'm sure we could gather that feeling up. Someone was going to tell you too. No Go brought it up, and I can't fucking think of it now. Shit, now I can't think of what it was. Oh, there is something that maybe a few of you know. Now, the challenge was, and I've already accepted that we've won the challenge. It was 1 hour a day, every day for the month of February, go live. Somebody in the family had to go live on one of the platforms. Everybody lived up to their thing except me. I missed it one day not too long ago, like within the last week. I did a live. I just got tired. I was so tired, and I missed it by 7 minutes. And the one day, 2 weeks ago, when I was like 14 minutes short, I quit. I stopped in 14 minutes. Gen Z kid comes running in, gets back on, starts a brand new live stream, starts it all up over again, and tells everybody, I'm doing 14 more minutes so we can complete our hour. He did it. But this last one, I didn't tell him. I didn't tell anybody. I shorted us 7 minutes. So you guys on this live stream, this moment, you're the only ones who are going to know that as I stand on the pillar and the ceremony begins and the ribbons come down and I am presented with my gold medal for making it 1 hour a day for 28 days, just you folks here are going to realize it's a lie and a farce. And I missed the goal. I missed the mark by 7 minutes. But nobody else is going to know. That's just between us. So as long as a kid doesn't know, we're probably okay. So that's what I was going to tell you. Scrolling. What did I miss? Keep them comments scrolling. Rawhide. Dasty Corleone. Been there, Gen X dad. Always waking up in some strange woman's bed. Ain't that a bitch? The only one worse than that is like a 2 or 3 futons with 7 or 8 people. And you're like, what the fuck am I? Yeah, that's bad. So there you go. With you on that. Funky Lions, is Biden presidential, or are we just being told that's what presidential is supposed to look like? I don't know. I think we could figure out what presidential looks like. It's dignified. It's kind of got that look like you're doing something, like you're saying something important, like you're trying to get through to people that you're doing your job. I mean, I just looked presidential right there, but I'm not a president of anything. I'm president, shut the fuck up, my wife would say. Joseph Laliberte. Joseph, $10 and usually. I don't usually get political, but when I do, let's go, Brandon. Here's a bit for the whiskey fund. Still can't believe you adopted so many kids. You were a saint, and so is your wife. Smash more phones. I appreciate that, Joseph. I do. But let's be honest. I mean, raising all those kids, I was gone to work. When I came home, I'd kick in the front door and go, okay, Dad's home. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk. When I would leave for the next morning, they're like, okay, you guys can all talk again. That's all I did. I don't even remember my kids' names. I was that disconnected. Horrible parenting. JB, religion. JB just dropped $5 and wrote religion. JB, right on, my man. Religion. Or religion if you're against it. I can't tell if you religion or religion. Either way, see, I've played both sides of the coin, and now I'm a hero and an asshole all at once. Um, Ryan Gazorg dropped $10. Now, Ryan, I've mispronounced his name on many a program. Uh, so I think Ryan, he didn't write what the money was for. I think Ryan's just like, here's $10. Could you please say my fucking name right? Could you please get it right? I guess Scott Smith, keeping it real is the only way, is the only thing to be, and that's why I roll with you 100%. Hey, Scott, my man, see, I should be drinking, man. Now we're getting into the good stuff of the day when we're all talking here and having a good time and saying what we mean and meaning what we say, and you can just fuck everybody else. Okay. And today is February 28th. There is no 29th. If you knew what that meant, if you picked up on that clue, if you scrolled around and found that, you'd get free stuff, but you don't know what I'm talking about. All right, where we at? JB, $5. You rock, my man. Keep up the good work. I'm telling you, I keep drinking this because it's all I fucking got. If there was alcohol in here, man, I'd be hammering it down with the rest of you folks. Art Kim, good morning. Have a great day. Any plans? I do. When I hang up with you guys, I actually have to do a video for Patreon. There was a big announcement supposed to come out the last couple of days, and it's not a public thing, but I have to do kind of a family, personal announcement. So as soon as we're done here, I'm going to go get some breakfast, and I'm going to sit back down. I have to do an announcement, and then to go along with that announcement, I actually have to start doing something, behaving correctly, doing it's something that goes along with that. It's on Patreon. And so, what are my plans? When I do that, I have to go and I have to take Gen Z kid to school. Gen X mom has a doctor's appointment I got to go to today. I have an appointment I have to go to this afternoon for me. And then during the day, today is the first day I'm going to start trying to repair my fucked up backyard. My backyard used to be beautiful, and it has turned to shit in the last 2 years. And it's part of the announcement that I'm doing like this. And I have to go back and start taking stock in how fucked up everything is and start making corrections. And it's going to be a journey, this thing that I'm doing on Patreon with myself mainly, but the kid and the wife. It's a journey, and it's going to take 3 months, maybe a little longer. But you asked, what are my plans for today? Today is day one. It's ground zero. And there's going to be some stuff to it. And so you asked. I wasn't even going to say anything in here, but since you asked, that's what I'm doing. That's the plan. Art's like, dude, I don't really give a shit. I just was telling you, I wanted you to, when I ask how you are, Art says, just tell me you're doing fine. I don't need to hear your fucking life story. I didn't really want to know. I was trying to be polite. Now I'm fucking done. Art's going, God damn it. I should have just hung up an hour ago. Lee Thomas, Reagan, someone asked him, what about the middle class? He laughs, no such thing. You're rich or you're poor. Yeah, I don't know if he said that. I'd have to see that. Or I'd have to see what context he said it in. I don't know, man. I was there when Reagan was saying stuff and doing stuff, and it didn't strike me as that type of guy, you know. Nick Johnson, looks like I'm gonna have to spike my coffee now. Hey, Nick, you should have known that when you signed on, man. When you logged on, if there's tons of other live streams, man. If you're logging on this one, Nick, we have a relationship here, okay? And at night, like tonight, I plan on going back on here and getting fucking hammered. But when I do, we have a symbiotic relationship, Nick. Okay, I drink and tell stories. You have to drink, spike your coffee. You have to drink to accept my stories. There's no way you're going to believe all the lies I'm telling you, and that all the bad advice I'm giving you on marriage and children is going to work unless you're drinking. Okay, so you got to do your part. Don't you actually got to turn around and tell everyone you're around that you're doing your part. You're pulling your weight, man. You got to drink. That's your responsibility. So tonight, let's all come back here. What is it? It's 4:30. We're back here in about 14 hours. Okay. In about 14 or 15 hours, I'm going to come back here. I'm going to sit down with a bottle of hooch. I'm going to fucking get hammered. I'm going to tell you guys all the stories that I'm not allowed to tell you. I'm going to get booted off the air, but my 28 days is going to be done, and I can afford to be kicked off for a while. In fact, I need the break. And what a better way to go. So this is to me trying to fucking wake up. All right. Let's see where we at. What did I miss? What did I miss? Joseph's back. $5. So I figured out who you remind me of. The dad from F is for Family, who I think is freaking hilarious. Also, it's La Liberty. La Liberty. Okay. Thanks for doing that because I really fuck up names. I'm not good with that. Cheers. Yeah. Um, F is for Family. That's Frank Murphy. My kids all do that too. When that show first came out, like, oh my god, Dad, they made a cartoon about you. Get the fuck out of here! I'll put you through the fucking wall. Yeah, just that. That's some of the funniest shit ever. I know. And everybody sends me emails and they say, what is it? It's Red Foreman, Frank Murphy, Al Bundy. I'm missing somebody else too. There was another one, older one. I can't remember it now. Anyway, that's the vibe I put out, I guess. So that's cool. I'm in good company. Those are fictitious characters, and I'm as fake as they come. We all know that, so that's good. Don't. Randy, good luck with your project, man. Thank you, because this is yeah, it's a do or die thing for sure. Emery Thompson can't stay or listen, but figured I'd say hello. Have a great day, everyone. Emery, we all will. Come back when you get a chance. Nick Johnson, I have 5 kids. You think my coffee is virgin? You're crazy. Nick's sitting there going, there's 5 kids. Nick's going, shut the fuck up till I fill it. Hold on. Daddy got to have one more cup. Then we can talk. Maldito says, cheers, General. Thank you for that. Banks, what's your favorite color? What's my favorite color? Dodger blue. There you go. Corleone, see you then, Gen X Dad. You have amazing conversation. Well, hey, Corleone, it's only a conversation if it goes 2 ways, man. So you and I are talking, other people are talking, we're all hanging out, having a good time. Let's meet back at the bar later. The truth is at the bottom of the glass, and I'm going to go get it. Archie Bunker, EVE. Yeah, I get called that, but then it spawned this whole conversation. Was Archie Bunker a racist? And I tried to remember all the stuff he said. He had racial stuff he said all the time. And then I remember an episode when I was a kid where I think he punched a grocery store guy for making a comment about his black housekeeper or black friend or something. And so then I thought, okay, well, they turned the show to where they showed he really wasn't. He just running his mouth like a dill hole. And then somebody sent me a link to some montage that's on the internet of all the racial stuff he said. And man, when I listened to that, I was like, fuck, that was an onslaught. That was, yeah, I didn't like that. So I got confused. I kind of distanced myself from that whole Archie Bunker thing because I know he was a fake character. I know he was a script guy. I got it. And it was a lot of funny and humor and it was a different time, but it just the montage set me back a little bit. I didn't remember it that way. And that it bothered me that a lot of that got by me. So EVE, there you go. Hey, Doug, most importantly, you demand. Thank you, Doug. Doug is a big friend of the program. Doug's got our real mailing address. Doug sent some cool shit. We'll go over that tonight. We're going to do a lot of props for the people that have helped us out about 14 hours from now. Just plain crazy says good morning. Sean Mercer, good morning. Wes says good morning, General. Randy Miller, Bill Burr, yeah. Hey, you guys ever seen those Bill Burr things where he's driving around town and he's got a black Mercedes SUV driving around town and someone's in the car filming him and doing stuff? Randy, did you ever notice that there's a bunch of those from the Valley? Yeah, he's heading down like Van Owen or Victory, and he gets like out to Sepulveda and stuff. Yeah, it's he's right there in the stomping grounds, man. And here I am. I've been on for like 2 hours, and everyone's saying good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'm thinking, what the fuck's wrong with these people? I've been up for 3 hours right now. What are you? Good morning. Then I forget what I'm doing and got my head a little bit too far up my ass today and not thinking clear. Uh, Accential, I think that's how you say it. Glad I made it. I hope to catch the next one. We're doing it tonight. Molly Culk. Did you ever do any cocaine in the 80s? Yeah, I tried cocaine once. I did not like it. Boy, there was a big push from a lot of people I knew, and I did not care for that at all. It's like, nah, I'm gonna pass. I didn't. I tried weed. I didn't care for weed. I tried cocaine one time. I didn't like it. I just stuck with my Jack Daniels. I did not try heroin. I did not try meth. I've seen a lot of people get hooked on that shit that fucked up their entire lives. No, I don't care how good it feels. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna stay away from that shit. Um, boom, boom, boom. Do you get the Archie Bunker compliment? Yeah, but we just discussed that. I'm not sure. There's some stuff about that. Ruth Paul, good morning, General. I was just checking in. Are we drinking this morning? Ruth, no one poured me a drink. Where were you? Nobody came by and poured me a drink. You know what I got? You know what I'm drinking this morning? Water, Hawaiian fridge water. It's a very sad morning. It really is. Who's dropped off $14.20 from Fried Blue. The color blue. When I asked my favorite color was blue, fried. Fried, you don't got to drop any money, my man. You've been around a long time. You know I'm going to ignore everything you say, Fried. Doesn't matter how much money. I'm not listening to you. Okay. Oh, that's right. Respect that, says Corleone. We're there. James Johnson, how many 10 millimeter sockets have you lost in your lifetime? Just guessing. 73. James Johnson knows there's some tools in your toolbox you've got doubles and triples of on purpose. Even if you got shitty yard sale brand tools, you're going to have them as a backup. You have to, because this shit. And then, you know what? I'll tell you guys, if you guys don't work on cars, something that's kind of a stupid inside joke. When you're working on top of a car and your socket comes off, pink, 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 and you hear it falling down, all you want to hear is that sound of it hitting the fucking ground. You just want to hear clink, 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 thud. Ah, thank God you can go into the car and get your shit. Fuck, when it doesn't, and you got to raise the thing in the air and you're reaching around in crevices and on the motor and the motor mounts and the frame and little brackets and shit, and it gets hung up on hoses. It sits on you losing your shit, man. Fucking wasting so much time. Job that's a 20-minute job, and you spend 4 hours because you lost your fucking socket. Ah. Whitcop, I can tell you are a fan of Grogu, Baby Yoda. Yeah, no, that fucking guy was really cool. I was digging him. Dig Grogu, man. I'm a little confused on like where he came from, but yeah, I'm all over. I very much like the Mandalorian and Boba Fett. Boba Fett's been my favorite guy. I used to have a thing in my man cave before we repainted some of this, and I haven't put my shit back up. But it was Boba Fett's helmet coming through the wall. It looked like it broke the wall and he was sticking his head through. And Boba Fett's been my guy for a long, long, long time. Ronald Warnick. What did I just let your message go through and now I can't find it. I was reading it. It said Ronald Warnick. Jordan J. Luzon. It would make my day to tell me to fuck off. Well, that's really easy to do, Jordan. I didn't like you anyway. I don't like your goddamn name. I like your fucking first name, your last name, or that middle J, which probably stands for jerk off, you jerky wits. So why don't you go fuck yourself and get the fuck out of here? It's time to go to work and get off your ass and go do something. Was that right? Jordan, man. Whatever. Are we good? Are we good? Okay. EVE, I think for the time, the character represented society as the show progressed. He's talking about Archie Bunker, I'm assuming. As the show progressed, society was also progressing, so it makes sense later in the show he wasn't raised just like the earlier season. Yeah, that might have been the character arc on that. It certainly might have been. I just remember watching it when I was a little kid. My grandparents watched and they had a good laugh, and my grandparents didn't have a racist bone in their body. I think they just took it as humor and nobody cared. That's what I'm saying. Well, look who decided to show up. Two Bear, you're fucking late, man. Two Bear, I've been on for 2 hours already. Where the fuck have you been? Oh, I see you sneaking in there talking to Paradise Arm. You ain't saying shit to me yet, though. Goddamn fucking thing. Corleone. Gavin Bowman. Gavin Bowman. It does that after it seduces you with its hypnotic charm. Fentanyl is 100% times worse. You must be talking to someone there, but I would agree it's probably pretty bad. Wesley says, get your son a new phone, Mr. Grey Hulk. No, he's carting around. Well, he dug up one of the old Gen X Talks phones, some some shitty phone he got from Walmart before. He's living with that one. He'll just have to suffer for a while. Funky Lions, effing 10 miles, always on the 10 miles. Oh, fucking effing 10 milliliters, always is the one that gets away. Oh, okay. Sockets, back on sockets. Yeah, always. Always 10 millimeter gets away. Hawaiian fridge water, bright and early. Big cheers, General, says Chad. Russell Sperry, Phoebe Cates, or Olivia Newton John. Yeah, Olivia Newton John. Any day of the week. Yeah, even now. I don't care how old she is. I don't care. Just plain crazy. What car do you recommend for reliability? I used to get asked that a lot. My customers would come in and say, mainly they're going to get a car for their kids. I say, what do you think I should get? And I will tell you that a four-cylinder Japanese engine with a four-speed stick transmission, I don't care if there's a clutch involved in it, is the most reliable thing you get. Now, automatics have come a long way. So, but a four-cylinder Japanese engine, a simple transmission, you know, I still would probably say four-speed stick, but if you wanted to go for an automatic and service it often, you'd be fine. Those cars will outlast all of us. Every name you see on this chat, every person you know will be dead, and those cars will still be running. And I'm changing. I've been. As far, I'm not a big Japanese car guy. I've been always an American car guy, and there's lots of reasons for that. But without getting into all that, if I had to pick Japanese, I was kind of always a Toyota guy, and now I'm for reliability and some of the stuff that. And I've been out of the game for a little while. Don't get me wrong. I've been out of the game a little bit. Hyundai has really done an amazing job. Now, maybe they're putting out some shit today, but 3-4 years ago, their market share was climbing. Their reliability was amazing. The simplicity of working on some of their stuff was great. So there, just plain crazy. Four-cylinder Japanese engine will outlast all of us. There you go. Don't. Jordan says he does need to get to work. Thank you. Hell, I don't care. How do you feel about sobs? You should do a live stream with your wife. First of all, how do I feel about sobs? I'd sob too if my car looked like that. I've been waiting forever to tell that joke. Thank you. Sobs are big piles of fucking dog shit. They're difficult to work on. They're impossible to get parts for. They don't make them anymore. They're a fucked up mess. They're never going to be a classic car. You're never going to see them at a car show going, look at my 1993 Saab. Aren't I classic? No, you can go fucking sit over there at the little kids table and take your fucking car with you. All right. Hell, I don't care says you should do a live stream with your wife. Well, we do, but it costs a lot of money to watch that. And I think you know why. I'm kidding. We don't do that. Gen X Mom doesn't care to be on live streams. We did do a 24-hour live stream where we all took shifts doing stuff. And she did a 3-hour live all by herself. And you guys were wonderful to her. You were polite. You were respectful. She told a bunch of stories that she really shouldn't have told because my wife can be tough as nails and she can cuss like a sailor when she wants to. But for the most part, she's wonderful, beautiful, and very refined. But just because she showed up at that live stream with a glass of wine doesn't mean she doesn't pull down dark beers like it's her job. So hell, I don't care. She doesn't do that. She doesn't want to be on there. She will be on podcasts. There are a bunch of podcasts we've done together with the kid and I, and we are recording one on Friday. She wants to do a complete accounting of her fight with leukemia. And there was actually 2 medical miracles that happened during that time. Not just like, oh my God, it was a miracle that things worked out. It was a miracle that she was cured. No. Like documented doctors going, holy shit, what did I just see? And true story, one doctor they didn't even make it into the waiting room where a bunch of us were waiting for a very important surgery that Gen X Mom was fighting for her life for. He dropped to his knees sobbing in front of me. And this is a doctor who's been doing surgeries for 20 years. He's seen everything. He's seen miracles. He's seen failures. I've seen everything. And this dropped him to his knees. So there's some stuff that comes that's going to come out in that time. In fact, one of our childhood friends, you guys know him as Dr. McDreamy, very serious guy, was on the cell phone with me at a very critical moment. I was standing in the ICU. He was on the phone with me, on the phone with the doctors right there at a critical juncture, and helped guide a lot of the care through this because he's been our friend since we were 5-year-old kids, all of us. And calls Dr. McDreamy because Gen X mom has a crush on him still to this day. We'll get into that later. But he will be participating in the podcast. He's going to call in and talk about how he saw this and helped and was desperate to do what he could from a distance. So you're going to get some perspective and some weird stuff happen with this. And I know everybody's survival story is a miracle. It absolutely is. But there was some stuff here that actually got written down in journals. It was something to behold. And I have to go refresh my memory because I don't remember all the details. I'll fuck it up. And then everyone will think, oh, you're just making shit up. No, I'm just not getting it. I got to remember the details of what happened so we can relay it to you guys correctly. But that's coming. So if you guys go to the kids website, genxtalks.com, and scroll around, there's a link to everything, a big picture. If you find the picture of the podcast, you're at the podcast. But you can also just Google Gen X Talks podcast, and it comes up in a lot of places. All right, I'm done whoring myself out for the kids podcast stuff. Hell, I don't care. You should do a live stream with your wife. Yeah, just kidding about the other part of that. Paradise Arms, Phoebe Cates, easy. Nope, you're wrong. You're not even allowed to have a wrong opinion, Paradise Arms. Dingleberry Pie. Is the media ever going to tell the truth? No. Media is just going to be sensational. There's some media guys that are more truthful than others. There are, and there's some that are just sensationalism. And let me just break it down to something real quick. For those of you who watch Fox News, not every program out there is news. Okay, Fox News, like with most places, it's the business is broke down by a news department, news desks, and entertainment or opinion is what they call the opinion desk. So Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, Greg Gutfeld, those guys are opinion guys, and they'll throw their comedy and their levity, and they can slant whatever they want to however they want. All right. The guy I watch is on the news desk at Fox, and his name is Brett Baer. And I've been watching him for a long time. He's my favorite newsman. He is at Fox News. And that guy, in my opinion, tries his best to deliver just the news accurately, both sides of what you're looking at to try to get to the answer. Brett Baer is an amazing fucking man in a world where everybody hates news people. So I scroll around through MSNBC and CNN, and I do the opinion side, and I think Greg Gutfeld is great with his show. It's just I laugh all the time. But when I want the news, I go to the news side and I watch Brett Baer. He has not let me down. I'm not going to run out and Google how has Brett Baer lied and fucked up, which you guys will. There's some of you that are just going to go, it's all you want to know. That's all you want to know is how he's a fuck up and how he lied or how he got something wrong. So you can run around and go, aha, but Brett Baer got this wrong. That's all you're going to do. I don't give a shit. Fucking unsubscribe, hang up, and go the fuck away. I like the man. I think he's solid. And that's my guy that I watch is Brett Baer. One time Brett Baer even told Sean Hannity, he goes, when you do your stories, he goes, really makes it hard to do my job because if you get that, you get that. That's good. So there's my guy, Brett Bears. Um, yeah. If I ever got to shake that man's hand, I would tell him in person. I appreciate how hard he's working and trying to keep his integrity. Good job. What did Dingleberry Pie say? Oh, Ryan says Gen X Mom. I remember that live stream. Yeah, Ryan, if you really do, then that's rare because I have not run into too many people that remember her being live. I didn't. I didn't see it, and YouTube didn't save it, so I don't know what was said. I've heard stories, but I don't know what was said on that. Hell, I don't care. My husband would conquer their shit cars. I understand as a fellow cancer survivor. Tell your wife I said hello. I will. I absolutely will. But you can also send her an email. She does read them. GenXMom at genxtalks.com. It's on the kids' website. Drop a line. Tell her we talked. EVE can't wait to hear the whole story of the miracle recovery. I've only heard some vague cliffhangers. I think on Friday we're doing that because the kid's going to be gone, and we have some quiet time around here, and we'll set everything up and begin that conversation, and it'll be long. Okay, what did Dingleberry say? Did you ever work with an auto locksmith? Locksmith is a great trade for young men to get into. We need more young people. I can't find young people with a drive to learn. Dingleberry, they're coming. There's a whole generation of Gen Z that are not Tide Pod eaters. It's the weirdest thing, man. I hope I'm not wrong in that observation. Again, I hate bringing this up. There's a podcast where I interview Gen Z kid about his generation. It's trippy. The pendulum is swinging, man. That pendulum is swinging the other way. Just, you got to go see. So Ryan, yeah, Gen X Mom, I remember that live stream. Thank you for pointing that out, man. If you guys actually saw Gen X Mom's live stream, that's pretty badass. It really is. Cedric Hernandez, please don't hate me. I'm from San Francisco. Good morning, Gen X Dad. You're awesome. Look, I don't hate people from San Francisco. Love San Francisco. It's just a fucked up mess, and I don't like the people that run it. But I'm not. Cedric, I know where you're going with that. Russell Sperry, I remember when Brett Baer said that at the end of the Hannity show. Yeah, it was a handoff. Russell, that's right. It was a handoff between the two. And I think you're right. It was between Hannity's show was over, and I just caught the end of it because Brett Baer was coming on and he was just shaking his head. Yeah, that's exactly Russell. You saw that's the one I'm talking about, man. That one. Happy Diver Monkey. I think I finally figured out Patreon. Hey, cool, man. It's like I said, it's $1, but it's cool now and it's gonna get cooler. It is, especially I have to go, like I said, I'm going through that thing. As soon as I hang up here, I gotta record that video message that starts the ball rolling on something. Plus we'll do the kid wants to do some lives like this, but just for that small group of, that the Patreon people, the smaller group than we have here. They're pretty tight knit. Fried, you'll be hearing from my attorney. Is that the offices of Haagen-Dazs? Oh, hell, I don't care. I hope you and your family have a great day. Thanks again for the earlier advice. Well, hell, I don't care. I hope that helps me. I hope it does. I get where you're at, but don't, even marriages that are drifting a little bit are still better than most of the shit I see out there. So we're good. Randy Mellier, I will never be another Tom Brokaw. I will never be another Tom Brokaw or Howard Cosell. I miss Howard Cosell. I really do. Corleone, Gen X Dad, Dingleberry Pie was talking about locksmith, and I'm way interested. Yeah, you said that, and I was so interested because you commented. I wanted to scroll up, and as you heard, I found it, so I got that. Peter Hahn, it's the fact that he lost his integrity. It's the fact that he lost his integrity is what is disappointing with Brett. See, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't found one thing that lost his integrity. I mean, you can say that, and there'll be people that'll believe you, but you'd have to show me where he did, and you'd have to show me where someone lost their integrity by making a blatant lie and not ever apologizing for it. That's a person who's lost their integrity. If someone misreports something, which I'm assuming is where you're going to try to go with that. Yeah, a guy like Brett, I would already bet you that he apologized for it and moved on. But what do I know? Nick Johnson, well, this welder turned mechanic is ready to drop the hood and sew metal with fire. You have a good day. Okay, look, everybody, I got to go. Don't. Ronald, I'm gonna let that come through because that looked right to me. Own up your fucking shit. Okay, look, I gotta go. It's been 2 hours and 13 minutes. I did try to wake up really early to reach a different audience, to reach people that that write emails and have comments and that watch the live streams afterwards after they've been posted. I thought it might be a good idea to try to catch up with some people in person where I could have some dialogue with you guys. I don't like the kids ambush videos. I do like this stuff. I don't mind. It's like we're sitting around a bar or a campfire. I like this part of the conversation. So yeah, you guys, if you're saying goodbye and you're saying stuff in here, I'm going to go. I got a bunch of stuff I got to get to today. So let me get out of here. I will go back and read all the stuff in here. I promise. I will read everything that you're saying right now. I take a few minutes after when I'll scroll back up. It stays for me. I get to read it until I close out the screen. I can read a bunch of cool shit. If you guys are interested in Patreon, It's kind of the behind the scenes stuff. It lets you in on what we're doing a little deeper than we put up on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere else. And it's $1. It is $1, and there's only like 100 people in it right now, but it's a pretty good tight group of people in there. Very encouraging. And Cameo is up. I'm whoring myself out now. I got my list that I'm supposed to go down. Gen X mom and kid. Cameo is where you pay celebrities to wish you happy birthday, and they cost $500 or $600, and Will Smith will say it's happy birthday with your name in it. So somehow we got in there, and ours are like $30 or something like that. And we'll take a few minutes. We just give you a video. It's a couple minutes long. Happy birthdays. I can cuss people out. I've broke up with people before. Yeah, I've quit a job for a guy before. It's which is funny. So if you got something you want done, you just tell us. You write a script. You tell us, here's my buddy's name, or here's this girl's name. Here's what I want you to say. Here's the occasion, and go get them. And then we just go off the cuff and just do whatever you want. And it's kind of funny to do that. It really is, because then it's kind of like an ad lib thing. But we dig doing that. So Patreon, Cameo, I talked about the podcast. Everything's on the kids' website, genxtalks.com. Everything's on there. There's pictures of everything, and there's a calendar of events on things we're doing. If it's not doesn't go very far out in the future, because we don't know the fuck we're doing, but there's meet and greet stuff. There's times for big shows and things like that. It's on there. You just got to go look, and everything's got a picture. You click on the picture, it takes you to where you're going. So now you go. Now you guys are all cut up. Okay, I got to go. We'll be drinking tonight. So if you guys are back here in about 14 hours, we're supposed to do a big show this afternoon with Gen X mom and the kid. And you guys know what the big shows are like. Have you seen the big shows? It's a fucking game show. There's movie trivia. We give away prizes. We do all sorts of funny, cool stuff. A big show is like, it's like watching Price is Right on crack. It's funny. It's a blast to do it. Plus, I do it drinking. I'm never sober when I do it. And then after that, I'm going to sit down with you guys and finish drinking on into the night and telling all the stories and get in trouble with the shit I'm not supposed to tell you. So we're going to do that. Anyway, that's it. I got to say goodbye for the 19th time, because I'm terrible at goodbyes. I miss everybody so much. And most of all, I miss me. So I'm going to go, and we will catch all of you guys on the flip side.